Hopefully this time it works. This. All right. So I'm back in now. Hopefully this works. Hello. Is it working this time? All right, cool. We at least got that figured out. And Carvana, I saw that original message. I know it probably wasn't intentional, but oh my gosh. Let's see. But yes, as I was saying before when you couldn't hear me, Neha and Carvana, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. It's good to see you. Has anything big changed since last night for you two? Anything at all? Yeah, sure it was a typo. Oh. Cool. But no, Carvana, I didn't see anything pop up on Instagram because you asked for it, but I didn't see anything. So I was just like, oh, I guess it didn't matter. Now, granted, I did realize today that I gave you the name wrong. I added an extra 20 at the end, but I was just like, oh, all right. Guess she doesn't actually want to play tennis. Nah, yes, I miss you. I miss Carvana. I missed everyone that was here yesterday. Well, Carvana, seeing as how last time you said that was not the case, I don't know what to believe then. Machu, hello. Thank you. What's up? Let's see. How much lower tension should we go for each increase in string gauge? So if you're, Machu, that's really going to depend on what string you're using and where you're already stringing at. Sometimes you can get away with increasing the gauge, and so like going to a thicker gauge and not necessarily need to change your tension, just because that way you're only testing how that string gauge plays in your current racket. But if you're wanting to adjust because you are just wanting to switch gauges, then if you could give me a little more context about like what you're using and what you want the new setup to help you with, I could probably like point you in the right direction a little bit more. Neha, I think you're gonna have to ask Carvana. What she saying? You didn't say anything last time. You went with the flow. Interesting. Okay. Machu, what's up again? Ariel, hello. What are we talking about today? So, I'm assuming it's Ariel. And if it's not, I'm sorry, and please tell me how to say it correctly. But what we're talking about here today, this is a live stream to where I am here to answer tennis gear related questions as much as possible, whether it be about tennis rackets, strings, shoes, or anything like that, just because I work in a tennis retail store. I have for about the last 8+ years, and that's kind of like my little shtick. I even got a certification going over tennis rackets and tennis strings, which you probably didn't even know existed, but I know it's weird. It's a thing. But besides that, the tennis talk's always going to subside at some point, Ariel. So after that happens, we just, you know, we just kind of like all hang out, have fun, just talk about whatever. And if you'd love to, we would love to have you here. But if you decide to swipe away, I completely get it, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. So yeah, that's what we're talking about. Let's see. Muhammad Ali or Floyd Mayweather. Since I've only ever seen like some old clips of Muhammad Ali, I guess I would have to go with him. I have not seen anything about Floyd Mayweather at all. I've heard of him. I just don't know anything about his fighting style, or I've never just seen him fight. What, Neha? No, wait. You said you said Nehu, right? I don't know. Machu, okay, because for stiff strings, I usually string 48 pounds for 1.2 gauge, for 1.25 and 1.30, thinking how much lower for string. If you're usually using 1.2, if you go to 1.25, then at that point, you could probably get away with just, you could probably just get away with using the same tension at 48, especially because it's so low for some people. And with that, I would probably just try 1.25 at 48 pounds because you're already going to get a little bit more control, specifically just from going into the thicker gauge. So you don't necessarily need to change your tension that much. Now, if you do 1.20 to 1.3 and you try and make that jump without trying 1.25 in the middle there, Machu, then I think it may be a good idea to drop your tension by like maybe 2 pounds just to see. But since you're already at 48, that's already loose for quite a few strings in general, especially if you're using polyester or a stiffer string like it. So you could probably still get away with 48 on all of them. It just depends on what you're wanting the actual new string and the new tension to help you with. That would kind of be what I would say if you're looking to try the other gauges. Borsch. Knowing that tomato is a fruit is knowledge, but not putting tomato in a fruit salad is pure wisdom. Interesting. All I can say is Borsch. I don't know. Never had a salad. Couldn't tell you. Ruhan, hello. How we doing? Heat. Let's go. All right. Hey, well done, mods. All right. Young, hello. What's up, bro? You're watching from Zimbabwe. That's cool. I don't think I've ever had someone from Zimbabwe here. That's awesome. What time is it over there for you? Machu, okay, thanks. I'll take your advice. Stick to the same tension and test the differences first. Yeah, I think sticking with the same tension would be the easiest, just because that way you're only testing the gauge, and then if you actually like how the string plays at 48 pounds when you go up to the higher gauge, but there's something you just slightly want more help with, that's when we can change tension and everything. Well, we can change the tension you're using, or at least experiment with it a little bit more. Matt, what do I think of that song? I don't know what that song is, so I couldn't really tell you. I honestly thought when I first saw it, I thought you were asking me about Silk Sonic, the band with Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak, and I was going to be like, oh, Silk Sonic's amazing, but I have no idea what that is. Jace, am I 40? No, I am not 40, Jace. I am, believe it or not, I'm in my 20s. Most people don't believe it, but I actually am. Young, time now, it's 3:54 a.m. Dude, that's insane. Why are you still awake? What are those glasses? So the glasses here are The glasses here are designed to help me with getting better sleep because these are designed to help stop some of the blue light that is coming off of my phone and my computer. So that way, whenever I'm done with the stream, or if I just am like on my phone before I go to bed, I can just plop into bed after wearing these, and I'll get better sleep even if I don't get that long of a sleep. So that's what the glasses are for. Matt, is Hollow Knight good? I've never played Hollow Knight, so I couldn't tell you, dude. I've heard people like it, but I don't know anything about it. Complex, I'm thinking that you've been stuck in your head lately. You've saved up some money about it. You honestly can't decide. Should I come to the U.S. for the World Cup? Or should I use it for a trip to Antarctica? Basically, Complex, in my eyes, you have the two options are: do you want to come to America to watch football or soccer, depending upon where you're at in the world, or do you want to be cold? Those are the two decisions. So if you would rather be cold and not watch soccer or football in person, then you go to Antarctica. But if you want to watch soccer or football and potentially be warm, then you do football. Well, then you do the World Cup. But I don't know. I don't watch soccer or football, so I don't really have a say in that. 1985, hello. Complex, it's 1:56 where you're at. Is that AM or PM? That's a big difference though. Rocio, I'm doing good. How are you doing? Thank you for being here and coming back. I appreciate it. Solomon, wow, I need that. I mean, I got these off Amazon, dude, or woman, dude. I'm not sure just based off the name, but yeah, I got these off Amazon. It was probably like one of the best 40 or 50 bucks I ever spent, and so yeah, I enjoy them. Patty, what's up? You're doing night shift work. Okay, that makes more sense. But if you're doing work right now, and I know I'm probably like not being the best streamer, but if you're doing work right now, why are you watching me, bro? Why are you on YouTube? What's going on there, buddy? Let's see. Yeah, Complex, you love penguins. I mean, penguins are pretty cool, dude. Like emperor penguins and macaroni penguins, I think they're pretty. Penguins are pretty cool. Seeing them in person in their natural habitat would also be cool, but that's gonna be really cold, and you're probably gonna have to get like special clothes and gear in order to go there and actually do everything pretty good. Kenta, what's up? Complex, it's AM, dude. You subscribe. Thanks, Complex. I appreciate it. But why? I'll ask you the same question I asked Young. Why are you up at 2 a.m.? Are you working the night shift as well? Because if you are, that'd be pretty interesting having two people working night shift that are here at the same time, and in completely different countries, I'm assuming. Well, who said where they? Someone said where they were from. Zimbabwe. Someone else said where they were from. Manchu's from Singapore. Okay. I was wondering. I knew someone else had said where they were besides Zimbabwe, but I didn't remember if I said it. Kenta, do I think the Pure Aero is overrated or justified? I think that the Pure Aero 98 does actually hold, actually deserves the title and the respect it's getting. I do like that Pure Aero. I don't personally use the Pure Aeros or necessarily prefer them for myself, just because I don't use rackets that are predominantly focused on spin that much. That's just not my play style. But I personally was a much bigger fan of the 2015 Pure Aero. Those ones to me always felt better and just kind of like played better for me. But they were also very notorious for cracking and so that wasn't the best thing ever. But I think the Pure 98 is the only one that's really that most people would say is probably overrated. But I think it does actually hold it does actually hold true to what it is actually worth most of the hype it gets. That's what I would say, Kenta. I need those glasses. Where did I get them? So I got these off Amazon. The brand is called THL Sleep. These these usually I think are like the very first thing that pops up from them, and it's this exact same pair that I'm wearing. I got a pair for me, and then I got a pair for my sister because she suffers from like extreme migraines. If she even looks at her phone or anything for like more than an hour, her head just starts hurting. And so I got her a pair of these, and she's just like, "Oh, these have helped." Like they're not going to fix the problem completely, but they have helped her a little bit. And so I was like, "All right, they do pretty good, at least in my experience." Mark, how is Kirby tonight? So far, he's doing pretty good. If those For those of you that are new, the other part of this channel that he usually makes an appearance if I ever have to get out of the chair or leave to go do something. We have Kirby right back there. He's usually like the second in command here. But for right now, he's doing pretty good. He's just like hanging out, waiting for his turn to show up if he gets to. But we'll see. We'll see. Right now, he's doing good, Mark. Complex, the best $50 you spent was on a graphics card. It was a GTX 750 Ti. All right. See, I've thought about building a PC or doing something like that for myself, but then I've always just thought like, man, I don't really game that much or do anything to where I would need my own PC yet. So I've just never have. I've just kind of like kept pushing it off. Rocio, was I able to watch the video you recommended? Remind me what the video was, Rocio, because there's a chance I did. If not, it might be one of these things I have written down on the board. But remind me what it was, because I might have watched it. Carvana, have I seen The Crying Game? No, I don't know what that is. Kirat, where am I from? I'm from the U.S. Zay, hello, how are you? Yeah, from which country? The U.S., bro. Lamp, thank you, I appreciate it. Hope you have a great day as well. Complex, you were gaming. All right, makes sense. Warren, you work days up until 2 a.m. That's fair, dude. Complex, you're in Ghana. That's cool. I think you're the first person ever watched from Ghana, so that's really cool, Complex. Warren, you work your side hustle 6 to 3, sleep for 4 hours, then work 8 to 5. Bro, that's a grind. I respect it, man. That's awesome. Zay, I don't know what that means. John, we know. It's just an old ceiling. It's fine though. Andrew, welcome back coming back from Scotland. Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate it. I remember you've been here before, so thank you for deciding to come back. I appreciate it. Frag, thanks. I appreciate it. Kenta, do I talk to my parents often, and are they into sports? I would say I talk to them fairly often. and then one of them is into sports. My dad is into sports, and the only sport my dad and I ever really like talk about is tennis, because that's really the only sport I'm interested in. He likes most all the sports, but I don't. So tennis was the big one that we really like talk about. Mimuya, you're 15% Scottish and Irish. Interesting. I look like Hyunjin from Stray Kids. I've gotten quite a few times where people have said I look like someone from Stray Kids. And I've still never heard of Stray Kids. Like, I've never seen them or, like, heard their music or anything. Complex, all right. Good night, bro. You might want to come to Ghana, the most peaceful country in Africa. Maybe one day, Complex. I don't have my passport, so I can't really like leave the U.S. even if I wanted to right now. But maybe one day. But thank you for being here. I appreciate it, and hopefully you get some good sleep. It's always a great thing to do. But yeah, thank you for being here, man. Andrew, you're 100% Scottish. Nice. Rocio, it was the live concert of the song GGG by Indio Solari, the 2008 version of the concert. Yes, I did watch it. I don't remember much about it because like I've told you with a few of the things, I did not understand a single word. I could tell the crowd was going crazy, but I did not understand a single thing that was being said. So, yeah, I did watch it though. I do remember it. Nightick, what's up, bro? How we doing? Eduardo, I'm so sorry. I do not know how to translate your language, so I have no clue what you are saying. Complex, okay, sure, bro. Thanks. Kenzo, what kind of tennis bag do I use? So I use an old, well, I guess you could call it old now, but I use a 15-pack bag that I got from Dunlop back in 2021. Yeah, that's the bag I use, just because it was not that expensive for me, and I just wanted a 15-pack because I wanted to hold a lot of rackets and my shoes, because it has a shoe pocket, and that is about it. Eduardo, hi. You're from Argentina. You were there at the Indio Solari concert too. It was crazy. That's insane. Rocio, you have to admit that's insane. Not only another fellow Argentinian for you that is in the comments, but they were also at the concert that you recommended I watch. That's crazy. Impressive, but crazy. Wait, Eduardo, have you been here before? I feel like you have. And then you and Rocio like somewhat talked in your native language in the comments. Or at least someone else from Argentina had been here and there was a conversation had in the comment section. Might have been you, Eduardo. I don't remember. Well, you're positive this is the first time here. Okay, cool. Then I'm the one that is completely misremembering the past, and it was someone else. But cool. Thank you for being here, though, Eduardo. I appreciate it. And that's sick that we were able to like talk about something you were actually at. Anthony, growing up, how is my relationship with the fundamentals of conscious existence? Did not understand what it was, and probably did not like have any idea what any of that meant. But now, as I am older, I am understanding what conscious existence is, I think. And so I'm trying to like maximize it. But yeah, I not not very aware when I was growing up, I would say. I think that's fine. Cool. That's it. Top string I want to try but haven't yet. Probably. It's probably this one. Restring 0. Just because a lot of people keep telling me that I should try it, and it's one of those like Instagram brands, so you don't necessarily know how exactly it is going to go until you actually try it yourself. So that one I think is interesting. So that I would probably say that's what my answer would be, Kenta. All right, Anthony, you went weird with it. I have no clue what in the world you're talking about. Cool. That should be fine. You lost me with that one. Sorry, dude. No. Let's see. Or see, there's another song. It's more like heavy metal rock in Spanish, but I have to listen to the guitars. There's a solo that's crazy. The song is, geez, that's a long name. La Leyenda del Hada y El Mago by Rata. That is not an R. Rata Blanca. Okay. It is on the list, Rocio. Let's see. Anthony, I have no clue what you're talking about, dude. Rashad? Hopefully you get better soon, dude. Tony, what's up, Tony? How you doing? You getting ready to bring a plane in or something? Rocio, or translated as The Legend of the Fairy and the Wizard. It's about the love story between a wizard and a fairy. The evil kidnaps the fairy, and the wizard rescues her using his spells. Interesting. Quite a story. And it's a rock. It's like Spanish metal rock, heavy metal rock. That's sounds like it should be sounds like it should be more of like the theme song to some sort of like fantasy show. Tony, enjoying the last bit of warm weather, and you had a couple nights of tennis. Nice. When you got the chance to get out there, you have to use it, Tony. I'm with you, especially with it being cold. It's cold and rainy where I'm at, so it's just like, yeah, we can't really get out onto the courts right now. unless you go indoors and you're also at work waiting on a plane. Nice. What does that even, Anthony? What does that even mean? Tony, what do I want to talk about? I'm here. I'm just here to help out as much as I can, Tony. What I don't necessarily have something extremely big I necessarily need to talk about or anything. I'm here to help out as much as possible. So that is the entire point of me being here, and that's about it, dude. Do you want me to talk about something, Tony? Nima and Smith, thank you. I appreciate it. Anthony, your hope is to assess through the objective report of your subjective conjecture whether this proprietary blend of expertise and seasoning works as well as this transorbital ice pick. What kind of uh, what kind of weird Shakespearean language are you trying to talk to me through, Anthony? I like if I understood it, I'd probably like try and speak back to you. I just don't get it, man. I'm confused. Rocio, yes, Argentinian rock song. All right. Tony, indoor courts expense. Yeah, they can be, dude. It's weird. Winter, hello. Is there winter? We're getting close to winter, but we're not there yet. But we're getting close to it. Charlie, what's up? How are we doing? Burhan, bro's definition of chill guy. All right, well, thanks, Burhan. I appreciate it. Rocio, yes, most of their lyrics is about fantasies and fairy tales. Interesting. Adrian, yo, what's up? How we doing? Director, I have no idea what language that is. I think that might be Russian, but I don't really know. Let's see. Adrian, what technology do I like? I don't know, dude. I don't. Technology is just like technology. I don't necessarily. I wouldn't say I have like a favorite technology or anything. I just kind of use what's around me, and that's about it. Charlie, how am I? I'm doing good, Charlie. I'm glad that you're doing good as well. You got any did you get any videos coming out recently, or are you gonna be leaving here soon to go make one? Anthony, holistic ballistics. Do I have a better idea? It's about the best we could come up with. What do I think ideas spread because they're good? I would assume ideas spread because people like them and then they tell other people that they like them. That would be my assumption. Daniel, hello from the other side. Are you talking about the other side of the world, Daniel? Because that'd be pretty cool. Adrian, yo, what's up? Again. Tony, master athletic replacement grips can go up one size or down one or up two. Basically, the small headed practice racket. What? What are you talking about, Tony? What is it? Master athletic replacement grips? What are these? So wait, Tony, they're specifically designed to take your grip size up by one full size or down? Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. See, the one thing about that, I would say, Tony, especially with the one that's trying to go down, is because I would assume, now granted, I've never seen these before, so thank you for bringing them to my attention. But the one that's trying to go down, because it doesn't actually like change, I would assume it doesn't actually change the actual size of the handle itself. It is just how changing how thick and the size of the grip. I feel like it's probably similar to something like the Turna Pro Thin replacement grips that are just really really thin. They're not as thick and they don't have as much cushion to them, and that's how they're making it feel like it's going one size down. But besides that, the two that are going up, I could see it, especially if they do make it extremely thick in order to make you almost say not feel the bevels as much. But I think it would be interesting. I think it would be interesting to try, especially just because I had never heard of them before you just mentioned them. Survivor. What's my favorite band? The Bee Gees, from back from the '70s, or just like anytime the Bee Gees were making music. That is who I would say is my favorite band. Nice one. Can you get a shot? I don't know, dude. Why? Daniel, yes, from Macedonia. Very cool. Where's Macedonia? Country. Where are you at? You are close to Bulgaria and Serbia. Cool. I don't think we've ever had anyone from Macedonia before. So, Daniel, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Charlie, you already made two video. You already made two videos. You'll upload one today, and the second one will be uploaded tomorrow. Very nice. And they spread because people like them. So now here we are once again holding as if it were a mirror up to a mirror. Interesting. I guess it's just something people do. I guess. Macedonia, thanks, Tony. I knew I would get corrected at some point if I said it wrong. Let's see. Tony, they can increase and decrease hand size. Nice. Jessica, hello. How are we doing? Yeah, but you cannot go down much. It's just super thin grip, but you can increase the size up. Nice. You like the handles like Tecnifiber? Yeah, those ones. The actual, just the actual palette of it is just so like pronounced. Some people absolutely love it, like you said, Tony, and some people, especially if they're used to something like a head, one that's almost completely oval or circular, sometimes they just cannot stand it. You doing? Callum, that's great, but you can't use it here. Tony, Macedonia, cool. Yep. I'm doing good, bro. How are you doing? Over it. String question. You love Wilson XT, but they last only a few weeks. What string can I use that feels almost the same but lasts much longer? So, one string you could use if you want to continue to use a multi-filament string is one known as Tecnifiber Triax. This one, the cool thing about that is that it essentially has the core of a polyester, but it still has all of the multi-filaments and the fibers wrapped around that one core. So it is designed to be a little bit more like a polyester, to see if you even like how the somewhat like polyester plays. And if you're just like, this is good, but I need it to last even longer, then at that point, I think you probably need to go to a polyester string in itself over. However, we have to make sure that your arm, you've not had like problems with like tennis elbow or arm issues or anything like that, because we don't want to put you into a polyester that's going to potentially cause any of those issues. So I would probably start around Triax. I would probably start with Triax just to see what you think, because it's going to be about the same price as NXT would be. And then if that still doesn't work, you still want it to last even longer, then I think we have to start looking at polyester strings for you, as long as your arm and your wrist and everything is okay with that. So that's probably what I would say, over. And I hope that helps. Anthony, do I know about the band Will? No, I do not know of that band. I've never heard of them. What's kind of like their genre or their shtick? Roy, hi, Link's Touch versus Polytour Pro. Which one is softer? I personally think that Polytour Pro is a little bit softer than Link's Touch. It's probably not by much, just because Link's Touch is one of the softer strings from Head. But I would probably lean towards Polytour Pro. That would be my answer. Tony, I need some good non-polyester strings for some intermediate girls. Triax 1665 set. Oh, I guess Tecnifiber's running a sale right now. Tony, what if they're not polyester? What are we kind of looking for? Like, kind of give me an idea how long they've been playing for, and like what do we want it to do? What do we want the string to help with? Aya, hello. What's up? Thank you for coming back. I appreciate it. By the way, today you fell asleep on the previous live. That's crazy. So did you fall asleep and then just wake up with me gone and the stream ended? Aya, is that what happened? Anthony, he's an American musician, singer, songwriter, and comedian. Interesting. Interesting, Anthony. I will look into them and will listen to at least one of their songs. Thanks for the recommendation. Roy, thanks, Brody, of course. Happy to help Roy. Wiley, what's up? How we doing? Aya, exactly. That's crazy, girl. How late was it for you that you fell asleep? Because I'll admit, like, I was here past 2 in the morning for myself. So what time was it for you? Tony, freshman, sophomore learning, need control, but something that doesn't feel terrible. One use Yonex and the racket seems stiff. Maybe string for that. Freshman, sophomore learning, need control, but something that doesn't feel terrible. One use Yonex and the racket seems stiff. Maybe string for that. Okay. Tony, if anything, it might just be because you don't want to go poly yet. It might just be Triax because of the polyester core with the multi-filaments. It'll still be easier on their arms and their wrists. But if not, then Syngut is good probably. You could put them in Syngut too, especially if you just want them to like if you don't want it to be too expensive for them. That's normally fine too. Yeah. So if they want to go that route, they could probably be fine. But if you want them to focus a little bit more on control, either one of those two, I think you could probably get away with. The multi-filaments, it'd be a little bit easier to get away with going a little bit tighter on if you want that to help with control too. But if not, you want to go Syngut, you could probably use it in just like whatever you would think normal. Yeah, just some sort of multi-filament. Yeah, probably just some sort of multi-filament and then just go a little bit tighter than what you would normally think. Just because with multi-filaments, you can get away with it a lot easier than say with like polys and sometimes some synthetic guts. And then that way the tighter the tension will help to give them the control, but still be fairly easy and decent on their arm and wrist and everything. So that's probably where I would go. If they've never tried multi-filaments before, then they could probably go with something like head velocity if they want a little bit more power from a multi-filament because it has a little bit of an extra coating on it. It's a little bit more durable too. Or if they want to go a little bit more expensive, you could always go with like Tecnofiber X1 biphase because that one's probably going to be the softest, one of the softest at least, and then just tighten it up from there based off what they prefer, even in the stiffer Yonex. That's what happened. All right. SS, your stream is dope, dude. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Tony, I'm on my days off, huh? Yeah. My days off are Tuesday through Thursday. So I'm off. I was off yesterday. I'm off tonight. I'm off tomorrow. And then I will be right back. I will be right back to the store fresh on Friday. Charlie, you're from an island, but you prefer not telling which island you're from. That's all good, Charlie. No one's like forcing you to do it. Anthony, was released 4 studio albums. Everything is a lot selfish. The normal album, and In Case I Make It. The first 2 were releases Will Wood and Tapeworms Wood's prior band name. Nice, cool, man. Is there a specific song you think I should check out, Anthony, or just kind of like see whatever like piques my interest? Yes, it was in the morning too, but you couldn't sleep that night much because of a visit you did to your grandma's house. So it was so chill. That's cool. Nice. Yeah, just some sort of multi-filament. Charlie, you like butterflies? Very nice. Neha, welcome back. How are we doing? Tony, of course, happy to help. Cool Shark, thank you. Appreciate it. Next level, how we doing? Albert, am I AI or real? I am real, dude. You thought I was gonna say AI, but I'm not. I'm an actual person. I know it doesn't look like it because I am just some random dude on the internet. I'm actually a real human being. Rocio, I'm going now. Hope you have a great night. Dude, thank you, Rocio. I hope you have a great night as well. Thank you for being here as always, and I will be looking into the song at some point, and then we'll talk about that one. Let's see. Ahmed, what's up? How we doing? Juan, Speed MP or Ballot Pure Drive. I play with a Blade 98 16x19, but the days I'm not moving well, it just becomes super difficult. I want something that makes tennis easier, the way to go. Both the Speed MP or the Pure Drive are going to make it easier for you, Juan. If you want to focus more on power, then I would say, if you want to focus more on power, then I would say go with the Pure Drive. If you want the racket to be, if you want the racket to help you kind of with a little bit more of everything, the Speed MP is going to be a little bit easier in terms of helping you control the ball, whereas the Pure Drive is going to be more helpful in giving you power. So I think with that, it just depends on what you want more help with from switching from your Blade 98 16x19. The Pure Drive also is going to be a little bit harder on your arm too compared to the Speed MP. So you just kind of have to like weigh the trade-offs. If you have the ability to demo and actually try the rackets one, I would do that first, just so that way you can compare them side by sides. But if you don't, then you just have to kind of make a decision of, do you want the racket to help you a little bit more with power? Do you want the racket to help you a little bit more with control? And then have you ever had any like arm issues or like tennis elbow or wrist injuries? Because we don't want that to flare up again just from you switching your racket. But those are kind of like the two paths that you're looking at with the Pure Drive and the Speed MP. If you are going to choose the Speed MP, I personally prefer the new Speed MP Legend that just came out, just because to me it feels so much better. It feels more stable. It feels like it can just like do more things than the old one can. But that's why if you have the ability to demo, I would definitely do that first, just because it is the best way for you to know if you even like the racket itself. Hopefully that helps, Juan. If it doesn't, please comment again and I'll help, and I will dive deeper with you based off what you want. Tony, nice. I have 3 days off each week too, and you'll love it. You have Thursday, Friday, Saturday off, and you have tennis on the days off. Nice. Sounds good, Tony. Anthony, mostly whatever piques your interest. Okay, but each one of the albums have its own different style of music. Gotcha. I look like the villain from Charlie's Angels. Interesting. Never seen it, but okay. Anthony, if each one of the albums have its own different style of music, what would you say? Which one's your favorite, Anthony? Like, which is your favorite album? And then that'll be the one I look into. Do you do tennis daily or no, or the gym, or what do you do as daily exercise? So it just kind of depends. Tennis for me, since I'm usually playing at least once a week, that if I'm playing tennis, then I usually use that as my exercise for the day. If not, then sometimes I'll go to the gym as well. It just kind of depends. I'm not really like extremely like doing something every single day. Sometimes that can be a lot, because I have done that before, but we just kind of like to see what happens and make it work. Neha, hello. I am not ignoring you. Your comments come up and I answer them as much as I can. Kenta, am I a flat or a topspin kind of guy? Flat. That's how I grew up playing. I've started incorporating more and more topspin as I've gained a much better understanding of how to use it properly. But predominantly, I would say I'm a flat ball strike kind of guy. Elijah, you think my tennis advice is poor? You used my advice on tungsten weights on my racket and dislocated your shoulder. Terrible advice. Elijah, how much weight did you put onto your racket that you dislocated your shoulder? Because usually just adding a very slight amount of weight onto your racket is not going to dislocate your shoulder. So there might have already been an underlying issue there that the weight may have like helped, but typically adding 2 grams of weight is not going to dislocate anything. Neha, I mean, you can. I can't really stop you from doing that. Driving, I'm handsome without the hat. Thank you, Driving. I appreciate it. Anthony additionally released 2 live albums, The Real Will Wood from the award-winning concert live film, and interesting, 2 soundtracks, Camp Here and There, Camp Fire, original game soundtrack, interesting. Next Level, I don't know what that means. Okay. Let's see. Album. Cool. All right. I have the album pulled up, Anthony, and we will look into it. Charlie, what's up? Void. No one's doing that. No one is ever doing that. Cotton, what's up? Cool, bro. Bro looks like he's about to hack into the most secure server of 2025. All right. Thanks, cool, bro. Appreciate it. Juan, Blade 98 is hard to swing in to find a sweet spot when you're tired. You hit flat and power has never been a problem. I use the blade because it helps keep the ball inside. Any recommendations? Juan, if that's the case, then between the two racket choices you gave me, I would probably lean towards the speed. Then, just because the pure drive, if power has never been an issue, you're just going to accentuate the power you have even more, just kind of like enhance it. So then you might feel that the ball is just like completely flying off the rack and you don't have an ability to control it. The speed's going to be a little bit better at controlling the ball just because it's not as thick of a racket and it's not designed to be a fully power racket like the Pure Drive is. So I would probably lean towards that if the Blade 98 is being a little bit too difficult once you're tired. So, of course, by all means, please demo the racket first if you can. If not, see if someone you know has one, and then that way you can at least try it before you buy it. Because I don't necessarily like people just buying rackets right away without actually playing with them first, just because it can be a very hard thing to do, and you're kind of like committed to it as soon as you do it, unless you just feel like selling it at a loss. So if you can demo it, please, by all means, demo it. Tony, Natural Gut is amazing. I have tried it, Tony. It is amazing. However, it's so expensive for most players and people. So that's why I don't usually recommend Natural Gut unless it's kind of like last worst case scenario, because it's very expensive for some people. It is very hard to maintain or like keep it safe if you are unaware that you have to. So that's where with Natural Gut, it is, for me, great string that if you want everything that it does, it's amazing. But if you aren't willing to do what's necessary to take care of it, that's when it starts to become a little bit of an issue of me like recommending it, just because it is very easy for you to ruin Natural Gut. And I don't want that for anyone when they're paying that much money. Juan, of course, happy to help out. If not, if you have any more questions, please drop them in chat again and let me know how they go. Next level, November 19th, 2023, India lost the World Cup final. Oh no, that's not good. SS, dude, do I play football? Nah, man. I never wanted to get tackled. I never felt like just getting hit for fun was a good idea. So I've never played football in terms of like being on a actual football team. Like my friends and I, we play like backyard football or like two-hand touch football, but I've never played football where I could get tackled. That never seemed appealing to me. Charlie, my hairstyle looks like Dr. Tema's hairstyle from the anime called Monster. Interesting. Never heard of it, but guess we're looking it up now. My hair needs to be quite a bit longer for that to be true, I would say. But yeah. His hair also kind of looks like Keanu Reeves' hair in like John Wick or anything. So at some point it might get that long, but I do not think I'm gonna let my hair get that long. I think that might be a little bit too long for me for right now. Tony, Natural Gut, yeah. Forbidden, what's up? Driving, aloha. Tech. What am I choosing? Do I think organized crime is involved in the tennis racket? Probably not. I don't think they'd waste their time. Leapy, what's up? How are you? Sublime, the ceiling. I'm doing good. How are you? The ceiling tiles are interesting. Yes, they are. They are interesting. They're also very old, Sublime. That's why they look as bad as they do. Elijah Bro, please be careful with the advice given on the weight added to the racket. I will. I will be, Elijah. I still think 2 grams isn't going to be. 2 grams is not that much, especially when you only add 2 grams to the entire racket. But I would, if you did dislocate it, I would like to know if you had an underlying condition beforehand, especially if your doctor has said something like that. Then if the weights did kind of add to it, if you could I know that's personal information, you do not have to, but if you could let me know, I'd be curious, just so that way I don't make a mistake like something like that again in the future. And I know then to ask the question if you've had something like that before I ever recommend messing with weight or anything. Anthony, hello again. Livy, do I wear sunglasses at home? Oh, why do I? So these are not actually sunglasses, Tony. It's like a bingo card. How many times the same things come up? My sunglasses and my ceiling. It's almost always like, check, there it is. But these are designed to help me. These are designed to help me with sleep. So that way, after staring at my phone and also staring at my computer for hours, I can just like pop into that bed when we're done here and just like go straight to bed and not have to worry about having bad sleep. So that's why I wear these. John or Jan? Oi, what's up? Yeah, Phoenix, what's up? Emily, you know what's crazy? After you left last night, Keenza showed up and she was asking where you were. She was like, "Hey, Phoenix isn't here. Where is she?" And I told her, I was like, she was here earlier, but because we started later, she had an important practice and rehearsal in the morning, so she had to go. But she was here, and Keenza's like, okay. She was hoping to see you, Phoenix. Maybe sunglasses look gorgeous. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see. John, can I tell you a joke? Probably not. Just because I would not say I'm necessarily a comedian, so I can't really, not really got one off the top of my head, bro. Mike, would I rather take on John McEnroe or Martina Navratilova in a street fight? No, I would not want to be in a street fight. I would not. That is not something I ever have any inclination of wanting to do. Tony, Clipper USA, check out Zyx strings. I feel like I've heard about Zyx, but I don't think I've ever actually used it. I think I might have like strung something from Clipper or Clip before, but I don't think I've ever actually got to use it, Tony. See. Next level, play cricket, bro. Bro, there ain't nowhere near me, I think, that plays cricket, and I got tennis to play, man. John, what's up with the roof? It's old, dude. That is it. Anthony, have I collapsed? No, I have not. I have not done that. Jay, what's my height? I think I'm like 5'10" and a half. I think that's what I was told, but I don't remember, man. I couldn't tell you the last time I had my height measured. Mayo, what are the thoughts on chess boxing and Russia's dominance in the sport? I've never heard of chess boxing, So I don't really have thoughts. The other Tony, Tony Mack, from last night's stream. Welcome back, sir. Tony, please meet Tony. You two are the two Tonys that has been coming to the streams recently, and so I think it's cool you guys both got the same name. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool. But Tony Mack, hello. My thoughts for a home stringer, crank versus drop weight stringing machine. I personally have a crank. I never wanted to use a drop weight. I do have friends that have used drop weights, and they have found it is just fine once they understand and get used to it. But I personally just like the crank better. That's what I started with. That's what I grew up stringing on. And so that would be my recommendation just because I know it better. But some people, if you don't want to spend as much money on a crank, which completely understandable, then drop weights do fine. You just have to like get used to them a little bit more because I think there's like a few extra steps involved with actually like stringing it properly. But either one would work. Just depends on how much money you want to spend. I personally like the crank though. Hasty, no. Tony, Brody, he's lying. He didn't dislocate anything. Well, we'll at least give him the benefit of the doubt, Tony, especially all the way out in New Zealand. And if he did, then I am sorry. If he did not, how rude of him. But yeah, well, we're all good. But if he did, then I would like to know if there was something else beforehand, just so that way I now know and will always make sure to ask the question if there's been anything like that. Just because adding weight does affect the racket, and I don't want people to get hurt. So it is a little bit of a hard thing to do without actually seeing the person talking to them one-on-one. But it never hurts to be a little more careful. User glasses are cool. Is everything orange? Not everything, but it's like you can tell things are different with them. I personally like how everything looks. I think it's fun. Next level. What about cricket? Bat around 1,000 to 1,500 grams and the ball around 200 to 250 grams. What are you talking about? Next level? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Michael, is there a correlation between your sunglasses and your ceiling stains? No, there's no correlation, Michael, except for the fact that in nearly every single stream I ever do, especially when I'm in my room, it is almost guaranteed that at some point someone is going to mention the ceiling and someone is going to mention my glasses. They'll ask what is wrong with the ceiling, and then they'll also ask why am I wearing these glasses, or like what do they do? It's almost like a bingo card you could have out for my stream, and if it happens, it's just like, oh, there it is. It'll happen almost every time, and almost without fail. So that's the only correlation between the two, Michael. Tony, your string is the Gamma Progression 2. You think it's called? Is it the red or the blue one, Tony? This dude's nah, dude. I don't live there. I just live in the middle of nowhere. That's about it. AC, what's up? GA room tour? No. My room is not fit for touring. You get this little slice of it, and that's it. You'll start learning tennis seriously and follow my advice. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. I'm not trying to like force anyone into playing tennis. It's just something that I enjoy. Phoenix, no keys. Oh, no way. Yeah. Hopefully she pops in tonight, and that way you can tell her, it's like, Keens, I'm sorry I was gone. But yeah, she was hoping to see, I think she was hoping to see you, but she did specifically ask where you were. Tony, we want to see a drive from home to work. Show us the city. Tony, that is dangerous. So no, I will not be on my phone when I am driving. That, no. Cotton, if 2 grams of tungsten injures you, sounds like skill issue to me. My God, grommet saver dampener adds like 3 to 5 grams, and most of us barely knows the differences. Dang, Cotton's going for him. What's up though, Cotton? I didn't know you were here yet. Tony, Zyx, different brands. I'm talking specific about Clipper USA, Zyx. Interesting. Then I may not have known about them, Tony. What is it? Zyx? Clipper, Zyx? Clipper, Zyx. If I... Tennis. Oh, I think I've seen something like this before. Interesting. Okay, I got it pulled up, Tony. So I'll take a look at it in a little bit. Sudome? Hey yo, how you doing, bro? It's me, Marcus. What's up, Marcus? You seem to know me, Marcus. Give me a little context into where we would know each other from if you actually do know me. Star, hello, all the way in Brazil. How are we doing? Thank you for being here. Tiffany, where am I at? I'm at home, Tiffany. This is my room, my humble abode. Anthony, have I listened to Tally Hall or Miracle Musical? I have not. I don't know what those are, Anthony. Tony, definitely crank and not drop weight. All right. Tony's not a fan of the drop weights. Okay. Tony. All right. What's up? Ah. Hold on. Where'd everything go? Anthony, you're leaving. You're leaving now. Aw. Well, thank you for being here, Anthony. I appreciate it. Hopefully, I'll catch you in another stream, and then we can talk about Will and his songs. So, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. As always, whether you're having a great, I hope you have a great rest of your day, or if you're going to bed, I hope you have a great night. Thank you for being here. Set Anthony, Tony Red. Okay. Yeah, Tony, we might have the same stringer then if you have the red Gamma one, because mine's a red one. Mine's a red one too with the crank. Well. Hello. Full. Interesting. You have a question? Anthony, you're already back. Phoenix, that's so sad. Tony, how fast can I string a tennis racket? So, if I'm at work and I have like a very easy racket to do, I think my record for myself was like doing everything properly and everything. I think I was like 12 minutes for myself on the electric machines at our work. If you ever watch my stream where I'm actually stringing, which is usually on like a Sunday or something, it will not be 12 minutes just because my crank machine takes me longer, and I'm also like talking to chat and everything too. But my fastest time I think is like 12 minutes. Michael, if we can't see the other half of the room, is it okay to assume that I do bad things over there? No. You can assume that, but no. I just have rackets lining the very bottom of my wall, and probably a way too big shoe collection. That is about it. Tony, dude, you just mount the camera in the car and drive. Nah, fam. Because if I'm doing anything live, I want to interact with the chat and everything, but I'm not just gonna like do that to just like have it go by. That's just not me, man. Maybe one day if I get big enough and people just like are in the car with me for some reason, they're recording, then maybe we do that and they have the camera on. Johnson, how does a tennis? What? That doesn't make sense, Johnson. Kinza, what's up, Kinza? How are we doing? Cody, you're watching the Knicks and the Mavericks on Hulu right now. Very cool. Thank you for being here, Cody. I'm doing good, Kinza. How are you doing? You like the hoodie? It suits me. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Jeez, sorry I missed you yesterday. Nice. Mythical, no, that's not good. Why were you 2 days sleep deprived for the exam? And it was an anatomy exam of all things. That's crazy, dude. Michael, in a life or death situation, what would be the most durable and potent tennis racket to use as a weapon in a bear attack? It would probably be the Gamma Bubba 137, because it is probably the biggest tennis racket head size I've ever seen, and because of how large it is, it almost looks like a giant snowshoe, but because of the actual like surface area, you could probably use that and keep the bear at distance for a little bit, and then you just have a very easy thing to smack it with. So that would probably be my guess. Kingsley, yes. Phoenix asked about it yesterday. Justin, what's up, Brody? Dude, I ain't doing no ASMR. That's crazy. What, you want me to do ASMR of me scratching my beard? That'd be weird, dude. No. You made me more interested. A person like trying new sports from time to time. Well, that's cool, Aya. If you want to start, that's awesome, and I'm glad I was able to help with that. Hopefully, especially if you can find some other friends to do it with you. That's usually when, if you end up liking it, it's a little bit easier to keep going, just because your other friends want to play with you, just because they got interested as well. But yeah, that's awesome. Yes, I know, he told me it was so sad. Oh, Phoenix, good to see you. Nice. Say, what's up? Kinzo really told me, yeah. Good to see you too. Nice. Where am I from? I'm from the US, dude. Kinza, I'm the best. Well, thank you, Kinza. Marcel, call me on my. Your phone is going to turn off in a minute. Interesting. Tony, this is a very ominous assignment with overtones of extreme personal danger. What are you talking about, Tony? I know I've been behind on chat. What is that in reference to? Mile, do I ever take the chat's advice on nutrition, specifically with the guy who was talking about? No, I do not. Tony, good stringer holds up well on. I need to clean mine though. Yeah, I probably need to clean mine too. Hope you're having a great day. Nice. Sharia, what's up? How are we doing, bro? Aro, hey pal, love from India. What's up? What's up, pal? How we doing? Anthony, +2 Miracle Musical is a musical project by former Tally Hall members Joe Hawley, Ross with from is considered a spiritual successor. Interesting. Aromel, sir, where am I from? I am from the U.S. That is where I'm born, raised, and still at. Sharia, what's my Instagram ID? Should be. I just put it into the chat. That should be my Instagram ID. So yeah, that should be it. Phoenix, thank you, Keys. I hope you have a good morning as well. Nice. Tony, you can talk, you just don't hold the phone. How do you think you get big enough? Gotta do different interesting things, homeboy. I mean, I get that, Tony. I do need to do more things, be more interesting. Most likely. I'm just not necessarily a fan of in the car things unless like someone else is holding it, but we'll see. Maybe one day I'll get a phone mount or something and put it in the car cuz like I just got a new car, so I'm still getting used to that first, but we'll see. But I also do not want to just like randomly give away where my house or what my house looks like cuz not necessarily a fan of that idea. Tony Mac, do I use a starting knot for the starting crosses or do you use a starting clamp? I use a starting clamp. That is what I do. Ginza, yes, you literally just woke up 15 minutes ago. Nice. Tony, you need to learn how to check your stringer. You mean what's it called, calibrate? Yeah. Yeah, so Tony, with calibrating ours, if we have the same one, I think usually what happens is when you got your stringer, there were a few, I think they're Allen wrenches. I don't know. I don't know the names of tools that well off the top of my head, but there came with a few wrenches with it, and there's usually on the actual crank itself, there's usually a dial or like a small there's usually like a small circle that you fit one of the wrenches into. It fits in there, and then you twist, and whichever way you twist, it either tightens it or loosens it inside the machine itself. But you need a calibration tool, which Gamma also makes in order to be able to actually see if it's accurate. So if you don't have the calibration tool, can't really do too much just with the machine itself. But if you have the tool, then there's usually, I believe, somewhere on the actual crank itself. So that way you can just adjust to make sure that you're actually getting the tension you desire rather than have it be off, since it may have been a while since you actually calibrated it. NT, what am I already, bro? John, you came here for ASMR? Sorry, man. That ain't me, dude. Kinza, your day starts by watching my live streams. It's 8 a.m. morning right now. That's crazy, Kinza, but thank you. I appreciate it. Michael, it doesn't really happen in tennis. They get tested way too often for that, so there's not really ever much ever any like roid rage in tennis. NT, I'm not sure I've ever seen a drop ceiling in a residence. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's just old. That's it. That's the reason it's here. Aya, well, your friends are lazy. That's crazy, Aya. Hopefully at least one of them will get out with you. Michael, drop ceilings are often used in basements. Probably, I don't know. Sunset vintage Adidas hoodie looking fire. Thanks, Sunset. Appreciate it. Lotus, hi. First time seeing you live. Well, welcome, Lotus. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Real, what's up? How are we doing? Sharia, I just followed you by the name. Sharia Christian, follow me also. I'll probably be able to do that after the live stream, dude, just because I'm using my phone right now as the camera. So I can't really do too much on Instagram right now. but we should be all good as long as it was actually me. Should be. Could I hit a tennis ball through a wall with my forehead? If the wall's already broke, maybe. Sunset, I look like Robert Downey Jr. trying to look like Elton John. Interesting. Let's see. Well, am I sponsored by Adidas or just giving them free advertising in hopes of gaining a contract? No, this was just a hoodie I had. This was just a hoodie I had in my closet that I decided to put on because it was cold. That is it. Nothing else. Sunset, no, she is married and has her own family. Tony, yes, I need to get that tool. I'll order one. Yeah. It's a and you can also it also shows, Tony, whether you're calibrating in pounds or kilograms, so it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple to figure out too, and I would assume it comes with instructions. Mile hotter tennis babe, Steffi Graf or Chris Evert? I don't know, dude. I don't think I've ever seen Steffi Graf or Chris Evert, so I could not tell you. NT drop ceilings and basements explains why I've never seen them because I live in Florida. There are very few basements here. Interesting. And does anyone else do this? So like 7 or 9 months ago, question inside breakdown, figure out wow, guys, this is amazing. Anyways, here's a fun fact about apples. All right, Anthony. Quick segue, but okay. Michael, what does contemporary even mean? Sunset, wear meta glasses to calculate your opponent's next move. Thank me later. Interesting. Anthony, was eaten from the core and out to the skin, and that's why you'll never find the worm in it, but a few bad ones won't spoil the eyes. They fall far enough from the tree. The wind is interesting. Come on. Carvana, I'm giving out I'm giving my social media to too many people. You're getting jealous. That's crazy, Carvana. You didn't even add me on Instagram before, and you're getting jealous. That's crazy, Carvana. Michael, contemporary equals present day. I don't know, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have an answer. I don't really have an answer, Michael. Sunset, who's the geezer? Aya, what are you absolutely cackling at? I'm confused. I'm confused now. Anthony, you're the number one fan. Well, you have been commenting a lot, Anthony, and I'm pretty sure that's how the experience points go through. Sunset, I ain't down bad at all, dude. Or what, dude? Running man, sup? What's up, tennis dude? Kinda. What's up, running man? Karan, you actually don't have Instagram, so if anything, I activated to message you. Well, thanks, Carvana. But if you don't have Instagram, I don't think you necessarily need to get it then to message me. Tony, Sampras and Lendl string the rackets over 70 pounds and they were small ends and 10 frames. Yeah, that's crazy, Tony. Like, with how tight people used to string their rackets with their strings, it is entirely crazy how tight they used to be, and just like how often their rackets would break just in their bag because of how tight they were stringing. It's insane. Like, Tony, did you ever hear or figure out what tension Dustin Brown was using in his actual racket? I don't remember off the top of my head, but it was insane. And I could not believe he was going as tight as he was. Anthony, hello? Since that Carvana is a 56-year-old Indian man, Mumbai. I mean, there's potential. There's potential for that because it's the internet, but I don't think that's the case. Anthony, what are you guys' plans on for Thanksgiving? I don't know. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I think my family and I are doing something we usually do, but I don't remember. I don't remember everything, or I don't necessarily know the exact plan. Yeah, Tony, Dustin Brown was stringing at least 79 pounds, which is insane. My blood is too thick for Texas. I've never been able to properly explain myself in this climate. What? Tony, what does that mean? Michael, do I have a preference regarding watching women or men playing pro tennis? Not really. If I watch tennis, it's majorly just going to be like at my work. I'm not necessarily watching professional tennis when I get home or anything, but I don't really have a preference. As long as it's a good match, I don't care. Ballin, yo, what's up? You have a question? Anything, what's up? Depends on what it is. Michael. Your chat seems pretty classy. I know, Michael. It's incredible here. Tony, no, you don't know Dustin Brown's tension. Yeah. Gotcha. Anthony, I've only used a tennis racket like 5 times. Were they all to swat bugs, Anthony, or like to kill some sort of bug? Or did you actually play tennis? Because some people, they only use a tennis racket to kill like bees when they're outside because they see them in the garage and they never actually play with them. So I'm curious to know. Running man for you, Sampras was the best player ever to watch. Nice. Tony, a bit like Manarino, super low. Nah, Manarino I think's the lowest. I think Dustin Brown might be like the highest at around 79 pounds, which is crazy, especially when he was using those. He was using the pure drive, one of the pure drives. Michael, what's my favorite comedy movie? Um, I comedy movie. I don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't. I've seen some comedy movies. but I don't necessarily remember exactly what all they were, just because movies aren't a really big thing for me. They never really have been. So I've seen some. I just don't like remember. Like if someone brings up a movie I that I've seen, I could probably tell you, oh yeah, I've seen that and I liked it or not. But just trying to think of it, that for me becomes a little bit harder, just because I'd have to like try and remember what it was. About how she was jealous and you said she didn't even follow you. Yeah, I mean, I know, right, Aya? It's crazy. Tony, heat and humidity. I miss the dry California weather. Summers here are brutal. Yeah, that sounds like Texas, Tony. It's really hot down there. I have family that lives in Texas, and they have said that quite a lot. Tony, all right, Tony, coming through with a music recommendation. I'll put it on the list, Tony. I got a whole like list of stuff. Rocio, who was here earlier, she was giving out music recommendations. Tony, I'll put yours down. Let's see. One Night. It's by Murray Head. Cool. It is on the list, Tony. I shall look into it. Remember, is that a reference to the hit song 2012, or he says the quote? I don't remember 2012. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, Anthony. Anthony, you actually play tennis. You lost all those times. Aw. Well, that's not fun, but I hope you had fun while you were playing, Anthony. Justin, wait, wait, wait. Is the bed made? No, no, it is not, Justin. Tony, Talladega Nights is pretty funny. Airplane, Blazing Saddles 2, or Step Brothers. Interesting. See, like I said, now that you said it, I know I've seen Talladega Nights, and for me, it just, I didn't necessarily get the hype, but I don't know, man. Running Man, you're not a movie dude. Yeah, you know Running Man. You've been here before when we've had the movie discussion. I'm not really a big movie guy at all. Tony, Goonies and the Lost Boys is legendary. Interesting. Never seen those, but I've heard of the Goonies. Eduardo, I'm still alive. Yes, sir. I'm still here. We're still going. And you were in fact not having fun. Well, that's not good. Well, that's not good. Why weren't you having fun? Because you ended up losing. Tony, you had a big ish serve, but shoulder injuries stopped all that. Ah, that just mean that just means you can have an extremely good, well, depending upon how severe the shoulder injury was. That just means you could have a very good slice or a kick serve instead of going straight for just all power. Then. Let's see. I feel like you're the only one who doesn't watch series or movies, but so rarely. Nah, I'm right there with you. I Most of my friends, they do not understand how in the world I have not watched the movies I have, or just like why I don't. And it's just like I really just don't care to. That's it. That's about it. Tony, how can you not be a movie guy? So strange to me. It's just never been like something I've really sat down to do, Tony. It's just like I've seen some movies. There's some that I've enjoyed. Like there's very few movies I will probably want to watch, like rewatch, just because I'm like, yeah, okay, I've seen it. I don't necessarily need to see that again. But there's very few that I've seen. I'll be like, yeah, that was a good movie, and I'll watch that again, just because it's like, all right, I've seen it. We're done. That's about it. Let's see. Zero, what do the red glasses do? I saw you retract that comment. It didn't necessarily make sense. It said, "Do I prefer music or do I prefer songs?" And I was like, "How are those two things different?" But I saw that. Don't think I didn't. But Zero, the glasses, they are here to help me sleep better because I'm staring at both my phone and my computer while I'm doing these streams. So with that, by wearing them, it helps me get better sleep since it stops some of the blue light that is coming off of my phone and my computer before it gets into my eyes. That would keep my brain up and awake for so long. So that is why I'm wearing them. Anthony, you were going up against the wall. Yeah, see, Anthony, I've never beat the wall either. I always lose to him too. And if I ever find someone that beats the wall, then I'm gonna ask them how in the world they did it and to please teach me because I've never beat the wall either. Tony, you're watching season 2 of Landman. Is it a superhero show that is all based about a guy whose superpower has to do with land? Is he just a human embodiment of Pangea where he can just move around the land? Chad, do I know Bill Cipher? Isn't that the villain in Gravity Falls? Like the triangle guy? Isn't that who that is? Tony, your kick serve jumps pretty good sometimes. Yeah. Tony, your kick serve is probably better than mine. Church, bless. Okay. Tony, do I read? What the hell do you do, Brody? Let's see. Sometimes I'll read, Tony. Usually what I'll do if I am gonna do something is I'm pretty much just I will watch YouTube. That's one of my things. But big fan of tennis, as you can obviously tell. Big fan of musicals. I'm thinking about doing another one just because I got a message recently that the place I did the most recent one with in August, they're doing another show and it would start in January and we'd perform in March. So I'm thinking about doing that. So maybe I'll audition for that musical and see how that goes. Besides that, sometimes I'll read, sometimes you'll find me in the gym, sometimes I'll be playing video games because I do enjoy a good video game. That has always been a thing for me since I was growing up. But yeah, it just depends. Perla, I don't watch movies either. I go to the movies and a new release, but I don't watch at home. Yeah, see, I couldn't tell you the last time I've been to the movie theater. I've thought about going to go see the new Wicked movie in the theaters, but that's a long movie. And I think one of my friends, he kind of wanted to see it with a group of us, but he hasn't said anything yet. So it's interesting though. Anthony, you just beat the wall. Tell me your secrets. Tell me your secrets, Anthony. Bran, what's happening? I just finished up my Wednesday's tennis class. I'm in week 11, just picked up the game at age 46. It's been a lot of fun trying to learn the proper strokes. Well, Bran, welcome to tennis. You've been here for 11 weeks. Hopefully you're enjoying it and having a great old time with it. Used to be a hockey player, but now you're a tennis guy, huh? I think I'm doing pretty good, though, hitting better shots than the majority of the class. Nice, Bran. Well, welcome to tennis. Glad you're here and glad you took up the sport. I'm happy that you're enjoying it. And if you ever have any gear-related questions about your racket, your shoes, your strings, or anything like that, I'd be happy to help out as much as I can, man. Anthony, this guy knows Gravity Falls. It makes him 10 times cooler. Well, thanks, Anthony. But I don't know. I know of Bill. I know he's the villain of the story, but I don't know if you asked me to do a deep dive into the lore of Gravity Falls, that I probably couldn't do. But I do know Gravity Falls and some things that happen in it. Tony, you don't like reading, but I have read some books that amazed me and made me understand why people love reading. YouTube is the #1 app I believe most used last watched. That makes sense. Tony, what was one of the big books that you read? You're just like, I understand why this is a good hobby that people have. Tony, Landman is about the oil industry in Texas. Very cool. I actually have a friend that he works in the oil industry down in Texas, and he's been doing that for years, and he's really cool. So I wonder if he's ever watched it. I'd be curious to know. Tony, you haven't seen Wicked yet. That's fair. It's not for everyone just because it's so long and it's a musical. Most people can't stand musicals from what I've seen, but I enjoy it. I greatly enjoy them. Austin, you ordered your glasses last night. That's cool, Austin. Let me know when you get them and tell me what you think. Hopefully they do help because like you said last night, you also suffer from like getting extreme headaches when you look at like your phone or anything for too long, like my sister did. So let me know how it goes, man. I'm very curious to see what you think. And yeah. Keegan, have I been to the theater since they added the massage chairs? No. No, I didn't even know that was a thing. Let's see. Anthony, you need to break the wall. Okay. English not your first language, it's Arabic, but I mean music is just the melody. Am I right? Like I do prefer classical music more than songs. Okay. No, I like majority all music, Aya. If you have song recommendations, please by all means recommend them to me. I would love to listen to them. Rocio, if you guys were here earlier, she's probably been the one that has recommended the most songs to me, but I'm always open to listening to some songs. Very cool thing. Like Tony, I got yours one night. I'll listen to that. I got another recommendation from Sophia. There was one, not Sophia, from Rocio. I think there was a girl named Sophia. I think she recommended something to me as well. But yeah, if you guys have any song recommendations, I'd love to listen to them. And just because I like music so much. Elliot, you read a book. Very nice. Anthony, you're also down in Texas. Very cool. Tony, the plane just took off in Dallas and will be here in a little over 30 minutes. Can you figure out what city I'm in? Dallas. Tony, Easy by the Commodores. Great song. Amazing song. Easy like a Sunday morning. Very good. I'm pretty sure I got the right one. Great song. But let's see, Tony, if you're in Dallas, Tony, I want to say either Houston or San Antonio. Probably not Austin would be my guess, but I'm going to say either Houston or San Antonio. That is my assumption. I'm probably wrong, but that's my guess. Anthony, musicals are amazing. Nice. Okay. We got another musical fan here. Love to see it. Michael, have I seen the Canadian tennis soap opera Deuces in Love? I have not. I've never heard of such a thing. Tony, I read a few things, and I know there are some amazing things I haven't read, but you loved Shantaram, and it made you love reading. Interesting. Let's see. Mark. Cody, what did I have for dinner tonight? What did I have for dinner tonight? I don't know. I might still need to eat dinner, Cody, so don't know. brand. I think I'd like to get those Mizuno Wave Exceed Tour 6 shoes. They look like they are fast. I'm not necessarily quick, but I think they look cool. You ever try those? So I have tried them on, brand. The thing about those is that if you want the shoe to be like really cushioned and you want it to be, and you want it to give you more support, the Wave Exceed Tour 6 from Mizuno is probably not the shoe. It's a lighter weight shoe, and that's where you're gonna get it to where it will allow you to be a little bit faster on court, but it's going to be harder for you to, it's going to be harder for the shoe to kind of absorb some of the shock and impact that you're going to feel when you actually do like move in it. So I would say if you want to try it, definitely try it on just to see if that works for your foot. The fit is pretty much going to be about like a standard fit. So it just really depends on what your foot personally needs in terms of like how you need the shoe to fit. But if they work for you, I've had many friends that love the Wave Exceed Tour line and they have very great success with it. Easy by combos, of course. I am. What's up? How we doing? Anthony, I'd recommend the song The Mine Electric by Miracle Musical. Okay. By Miracle Musical. Cool. It is on the list, Anthony. Let's see. Half the song is reversed. Interesting. Cammy, hello. Tony, a plane goes approximately 400 miles per hour, can go faster, and it's a little over 30-minute flight. Look on the map, see if you can figure it out. Christmas present for you, if I can, and I went the wrong way. Okay. Let's find out if I can figure that out. Texas. Map. Let's see. So this is not helping me. That map's not helping me. Let's see if I can figure this out. Texas. No, wait. So the plane's leaving from Dallas. Dallas is over there. Okay. Right? I feel like I'm back in math class and I have to figure out like how fast the plane is traveling and approximately what time in order to figure this out, but we'll see if I can do it. Plane goes approximately 400 miles per hour. It can go faster and it's a little over 30 minutes flight. Look on the map if you want for a Christmas present, and I went the wrong way. Okay. And I said San Antonio and Houston. Okay. Okay. So where is Houston? Okay, I went the wrong way. Cool. Dallas this way. Oh, is it Austin, Tony? Let's see. Hold on, I'm not looking at the comments. I'm trying to see if I can figure this out myself. Don't help me. I want to see if I can do this. Let's see, so. Okay, Dallas over there. Ta-da. That way. That's Austin. That's okay. I went the wrong way, so it's not Austin. Hmm. San Angelo. Never heard of that one. Is it Amarillo? Hold on. Name is compressed. Phoenix, bro, you think you're gonna tell your crush you like him? That's crazy, Phoenix. That's a big move. If you're gonna do it, might as well do it. See what happens. Cody, I know I need to eat. It's kind of a thing. Bran, if you want to get a pre-match pump going, Jam, holding on to black metal. Buy my morning jacket. Cool. It is added to the list. Charlie, hey, you're that guy who wears glasses. I am a guy who wears glasses. Interesting. I like Turkish music. I'll recommend for you an Arabic one later whenever I find the name on my phone. Okay. John. Ok. Tyab. Says. Ask. Okay. Cool. And it's an interesting city, and the name is comprised of 3 states. Let's see. Amarillo. I did not want to click into that. San Angelo, El Paso, San Antonio, Austin. Those aren't states. Easterwood, Corpus Valley, Brownsville, Jack Brooks, East Texas, Tyler, Dallas, Fort Worth, Dallas. What? Right? What? Don't do math. Think of what I told you. Brand got okay. See, Brand got it. Brand got it. I looked. I'm sorry, but I'm looking at this map of Texas. I do not see a single airport that says Texarkana Airport. Now, I may just be wrong in not looking at it properly. But why did it zoom in so much? Tex Airport on map. What? Oh. Interesting. Yeah, Tony, that airport did not pop up in my search of airports in Texas. It popped up in one for Arkansas, but not for Texas. So I would have never got that. All right. Cool. Tony, someone answered it. Okay. No, go the other way, bro. Jace, what am I doing? Jace, when you came in, I was probably trying to figure out what airport Tony was at. Because he was giving me riddles and clues, but that was about it. Turkish music are such a mood whenever you're not okay. Iowa, what do you mean? Anthony, hello again. Go towards my home state. Yeah, dude. I would have. I would have never got. I would have never got that, dude. It didn't even show up in Texas as a hotel, not a hotel, as an airport when I looked it up. I was just. I would have never seen that. All right. Brant, I played hockey there for one season for the Texarkana Bandits way back when I lived on the dry side of town when they didn't sell any. That's crazy. You played hockey for them, Brand. That's cool that you know. That's cool that you figured out from that. Aya, what are you guys doing? I didn't notice. Aya, Tony was having me play guess what airport I'm at. And I failed because I could not figure it out. But Bran figured it out almost instantly. And I was just like, all right, cool. Anthony, oh man, I'm second place. All right. Rick, hello, how are you? Tony, TKX, interesting. The boys are thirsty in Atlanta, and there's beer in Texarkana, Smokey and the Bandit. All right, interesting. I don't think I've ever heard that one before. It's on the AR side. Yeah, that's why it wasn't pulling up. So I would have probably never found that, dude. Well, that's cool though. Your main street divides Texas and Arkansas. Okay. Phoenix, bro, I was trying to get him to guess and he gave up and went to bed. You can't play guessing games, Emily. You just have to say it straight up. Dudes tend to not get hints. Like, usually in my experience, we're not that good at it. You just gotta tell us like straight up, and then we'll be like, oh, because he probably has no clue. I'm gonna just be real. He probably has no clue. So you just gotta tell him straight up to his face. Like, FaceTime and be like, hey, dummy, it was you. And he's like, oh. Oscar, what's up? Let's see. Ali, you're from Japan. Well, welcome. Thank you for being here from Japan. Oscar, what's up again? DJ, hello, how's the day? Day's going pretty okay, DJ. How's your day going? Tony, technically in the Arkansas airport. Yes, I did say Arkansas. I think that is a way more funny way to say Arkansas, and I personally think it should be called Arkansas. That sounds way more closer to actual Kansas, but yeah. Let's see. Tony, you'll give me a Christmas present anyway. No, Tony, don't give me the Christmas present. I did not complete the task. I do not deserve the Christmas present. Emily, he said he would see my text in the morning. Yeah. Crazy. That's cool, yeah. Yeah. Fulton, hello, tomorrow's your big 26th birthday. Well, happy early birthday. Congratulations. Tony, no, bro. Ask what city I was in, not airport, but I should have specified. Well, Tony, my thought process was if I could find what airport you were at, then I'd be like, okay, that's the airport, so the town it's in, that's the town you're at. That would have been my guess. Anthony Bay, I'm going. Bye, Anthony. Thank you for being here. Josh, you're okay. You literally gave him these. We don't get hints. That's not a thing. You have to be straight up, direct to the point. It's like, hey, You, this one, relationship, yes or no? If you don't do that, we're not going to get it. Anthony, by the way, before I leave, I recommend a song, Suburbia Overture, Greetings from Mary Bell Township. Okay. Let's see. Greetings from, oh wait, Suburbia Overture, greetings from Marybelle Township. Vampire culture. Love me normally. Okay. I get a parrot. They are amazing. Are you saying I should get a parrot? Or is that the song the song? Phoenix, I told him that it was the first lyric to Crank That by Soulja Boy, you, and the 12th song in the AM album of Arctic Monkeys, I Want to Be Yours, and he's still doing it. I'm going to be honest, he probably didn't look it up. If you told him it was song titles and lyrics, he probably didn't look it up. He probably just went to bed, as like he told you. Tony, gotta go meet a plane, y'all. Warm out, shorts, baby. Gotta figure out Bruce was red. Well, thank you, Tony. Thank you for being here as always. I appreciate it. Have good luck with the plane. Hopefully everything goes well with it, and you get to go home and have a great night. Phoenix, he looked them all up too, and he's still in it. He probably didn't look them up that much. I deserve a Christmas present anyway. Well, thanks, Aya. I appreciate it. Cammy, hello. How are you? Anthony, what's up? Phoenix, yeah, I did text him and said it was him. Hopefully he sees it in the morning. Hopefully. Sierra, I don't know what that is. Anthony, just keep leaving, come back. That's cute. Okay. Brand, you played hockey, left-handed shot. Your backhand comes naturally, but my forehand topspin shot sucks in your right hand. So it makes me crazy trying to figure out all the videos, make it look easy. I'm better at slicing. It's fun to try and hit the drops. Dude, Brand, if you played hockey left-handed, now granted, I have not played hockey, so I don't know if this correlates at all, but are you left-hand dominant naturally or are you right-hand dominant? Because if you were left-handed and now you're trying to play right-handed in tennis, you're kind of just missing out because like left-handed players almost get like free cheat codes because you guys get so much more easier spin out of your forehand than most people playing right-handed do. So if you don't have to play right-handed, I would probably see if you could just play left-handed and go from there. But yeah, slices are fun. Drop shots are really fun too. No, I mean, try and get a parrot. You once said you don't have a pet, right? I have two dogs, and I'm gonna be honest. If I got a parrot, I think I would just get annoyed with it. I don't think I would. I don't know if I would enjoy having a parrot, just because it would be talking at me or it'd be squawking, and I would be like, "Shut up! I'm trying to sleep." But I'm not sure. I've never had a bird. Phoenix, yes, I did. Tell me he looked it up on call. It was a FaceTime. You read them out? Girl, You were on FaceTime with him. You should have just said it right then and there. Why don't play games? That's just stupid. Just that's crazy, girl. Junior, I have no idea what you're talking about. Ben, are those blue light blocking glasses? Yes, yes they are. Riyadh, I'm sorry, I have no idea what language you're speaking, so I have no clue what you're saying. Bran, I hold the racket in your right hand in my right hand. Shooting a hockey puck and a golf swing correlate well with some of the tennis strokes, in my opinion. Yes, golf can't low to high does help. As you start playing more and more, Brand, you'll start to just realize to where instead of going from low to high as much, you may sometimes, especially when you start playing against people that are hitting the ball a lot harder at you, you'll just have to like go back and then forward sometimes, just like block back the power they're hitting at you. Whereas with like down and up, especially to do topspin, that's normally how it works, and especially if the ball's coming at you a little bit slower. But as you continue to progress, as you continue to get better, you'll have a much better idea of your specific play style as you continue to play more and more, just what you like, what you don't like, and then just kind of you can adjust from there based off whatever shot is being hit at you. But yeah, for 11 weeks, have fun, man. Especially since you're about to go to the 12th next week for the 12th week you've been playing. Oh, I'm just glad you're enjoying it and having fun. That's a really big thing. Verky? I'm sorry if I said that wrong. The beard god returns. The elders foretold my return. Interesting. I wouldn't necessarily say this is one of the best ones, but out in the world, but it's definitely a beard. That's right. Yeah. Phoenix, you panicked. Yeah, you panicked, but your panic also led you to not being able to tell him face to face, and so now you gotta wait, and you're probably feeling that like anxious anxiety of like, oh, what's he gonna say? What am I feeling? Whereas if you just said it right away, it was probably worth leading up to it, and when you did it, but then after that, you're at least like, all right, I did all I could. It's not on me anymore. It's all his decision at this point now. Con, what about cats as pets? Con, I would not get a cat. I personally don't care for them as pets. I have lived with one. I I did not care for it. I'm a much bigger dog person. Dogs, it's where it's at. Cats, not for me. I have you have two dogs. Where are they now? They are probably sleeping. They they don't usually come near my room. They're not they're just not fans of it, I guess. Yeah. Tugs, what's up? How are we doing? Welcome back. JM, what's up? How we doing? Phoenix, yeah, yeah. Sterling, what's up, buddy? How are we doing? Anthony, I ended up back here. Bro, I guess YouTube just wants you to stay here for a while, Anthony. I mean, I guess that's just what's happening. That's crazy. Cats are annoying more than parrots. Do you know that from personal experience? Meaning you've had a parrot before, or are you just saying that because you just don't like cats? Anthony Lowell. All right. Sterling, where am I from? I'm from the U.S., bro. Where are you at? Where are you at in this big world that we all live in? Anthony, as soon as I get here, it spikes to 10 people. Anthony, I guess you're just the good luck charm, dude. You just bring all the people with you. You just got like entourage. You got like an entourage of people watching YouTube lives with you wherever you go. From 7 to 10, crazy. Sterling, you're from India? That's cool. Dude, isn't it like quite early in the morning there for you right now? Flav, good morning from Moscow. That's cool. I don't know if we've ever had anyone from Moscow here before. How are you, Flav? Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. What time is it there for you? You had parrots and hate cats. I mean, that's valid. If you've had both, that's valid. Oh, did you add me on Instagram when I put my handle in the chat, Aya? Because if you did, then you can just send me the Arabian song recommendations if you aren't able to find them here in the chat, and then we can talk about them there too. Barry, what's up? Ness, every time something is happening in the American government, the McRib comes back. I guess McDonald's is gonna have to make a choice whether they sacrifice the McRib or anything like that in order to keep the government from doing something stupid. I guess it's crazy though. Anthony, you think that's true because now you're at 15? Interesting. What is Sarah? Your name? What it says, Flop. Your name is actually Sarah. Is that is that correct? You're one of a kind from Moscow. No doubt, Sarah. Now 7. My name. Okay, your name is Sarah. Cool. Cool. Well, yeah, Sarah, you are one of a kind. You're the very first person from Moscow to ever be here. So thank you for being here, Sarah. Sarah, like, oh, you're from the U.S. That's good, bro. Yeah, I enjoy it. Been born, raised, and still here, so it's all going good. You can easily see the 2026 FIFA World Cup. How's going the FIFA World Cup preparation? Dude, I have no clue. I don't follow the World Cup at all, so I have no idea about anything going on with it. Let's see. Meta, what's up? How we doing? Warren, why am I living in poverty in America? I'm not living in poverty. Sarah, yeah. Anthony, hello. Sarah, you like the glasses? Thank you. I appreciate it. Anthony, you know what I haven't brought up yet? The glasses and the ceiling. But you may not have brought it up, Anthony, but they have been brought up since you've been. Well, at least one of them has been brought up since you've been back, and it's the glasses, which has happened. Neha, welcome back. How are you doing? Meta, yes, I did watch it. I did get to watch the trailer for Fresh Meat. It looked really cool. It looked really cool. Especially that the final one of the final shots of the trailer where you had the I'm assuming what one of the antagonists and the killers is, where you had them dragging the axe across the actual floor of the prison. I thought that was a really cool shot. So it looked really nice. It looked really nice, dude. Now, granted, I'm not necessarily a guy that watches a lot of like horror movies or anything like that, but I can at least appreciate the cinematography and everything, and all of the like time and attention you put into it. Because I could tell you really wanted to make it work. Twin, I'm scared. See, Phoenix, this is why you just need to do it in person. But hey, all you can do now is just wait and just hope and just wait till the morning when he responds. Sterling, have I seen WWE in live? I have not. I've not really gotten big into the WWE or anything. My brother is really into it. He's really into wrestling and everything, but I never really did. Yes, I'll add you after the live since I took the user's screenshot. I guess I'm gonna show you your parrot. You're gonna show your parrot as well. He's 9 years. You have a 9-year-old parrot. That's crazy. How long? How long do parrots live? Hi, Neha. How are you? Anthony, now you're third place. Yeah. Meta, thank you very much. We worked very hard on it. Really grateful you got a chance to see it. I'll make sure to get you tickets when it's in your area. Well, thanks, Meta. But just let me know when it's in my area because I don't want. I would rather support by paying rather than just you giving me the tickets. Just because you're trying to make this work. I'm assuming filmmaking or film career is your dream. And if it's in my area, just let me know when it is. And that way I can just I can pay to support it rather than you just give me the tickets because I would much rather see you like get bigger and do even better stuff. And who knows, Meta? Maybe one day I'll even get to be in one of them. We'll see about that. Maybe one day you'll have me on in there, and just because I've done musicals and acting before too, and we'll go from that. Let's see. Now, I'm not ignoring you. Anthony, what's up again? P.S. Your name is an anagram for the movie title. Nice. So then, what's your real name, dude? Because it was probably in the trailer, but it kind of flashed fast, so I don't think I caught it. Phoenix, yeah, I think I'm just gonna sleep and time travel through it. Yeah, it's probably the best idea, Phoenix, if you're like this wound up about it. Meta deal, okay. Bye, I'm upset because you said you'd call me Nehu, but you said, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Nehu. All right, am I saying it right? Nehu, Nehu. Anthony, I recommend the song Mr. Capgrass and Counters, second and Vanity. Hold on, Anthony. You already got me like, what was it? You got Will's song. I've got a few from you that I got to get through first. Then keep those other recommendations in mind next time. But I got to get through the ones you gave me first. Alcatraz, L from Death Note sitting. I mean, kinda, yeah. I'm just not solving crimes. I'm solving unless there's like tennis crimes, I guess, about tennis gear, but besides that, not really much else. Sterling, actually, you're a huge fan of Hollywood movies, Interstellar, Pirates of the Caribbean, and Shawshank Redemption, your favorite. Sterling, Shawshank Redemption is my favorite movie too. And so I am pretty we got that in common, dude. Director, writer, producer, Daniel Torres. Cool. I'll look into it, buddy. I'll look into it, Daniel. Yeah, thank you for coming back to another stream. I do appreciate it. Let's see. Sterling, Christopher Nolan, the best director in the world movies. Interesting. Nehu, yes. I'll call you Nehu. Interesting, okay. Phoenix, I'm gonna head out, maybe play a little piano before I sleep, but I hope you have a great night. Hope you have a great night too, Em. And good luck with tomorrow. You'll have to let me know how it goes. Nehu, you want me to write your name? Okay. Ta-da. It has been written. I want to add you in Discord too. I don't remember if you answered me last time, if you have one or not. I'm gonna be honest. If you try and like add me or like talk to me on Discord, I'm probably not gonna see it, just because I have pretty much like all my Discord notifications turned off or anything. I don't have I don't really do too much on there. I have it. I just don't really do much on it. But yeah, Instagram would probably be the best thing. Neha, or forget it. Nah. Anthony, anyways, bye. Xylia out for the 100% for the first time. See you, Anthony. And if you come back, we'll see you when you get back. If you do, you may not. Okay. Hold on. Your pair is more depressed than you. They're too loud as you get. Yeah, I could see that. Daniel, peace, man. My premiere's tomorrow in Toronto, so need to get some rest. Catch up later. Well, thank you for being here again, as always, Daniel. I appreciate it. Let me know how the premiere goes. I'm excited to hear how it went. But yeah, man, good luck tomorrow. And I can't wait to hear about it. Cotton, am I left-handed? No, I am right-handed, Cotton. Anthony, hello. Sierra, where did I get the glasses? I got the glasses from Amazon, actually. The brand, my friend recommended them to me off of Amazon. It was like 40 or 50 bucks to get them, and I've had them ever since. They've been doing wonders for me. Anthony, you're number one, yeah. Sterling, yeah, bro. Morgan Freeman and Tim Robbins' performance in Shawshank Redemption, pretty good. Pretty good. He did fresh meat. Cool. Anthony, Ant. Okay. Bay. All right. Cool. Let's play Clash Royale. No. Hold on. No, Ryan, Josh, stop it. We're not getting it. We're not getting into an argument over that here. If you guys want to do that, take it somewhere else. We don't do that stuff here. Lock, this is why we clash. Nah, I've not played Clash Royale in many years. And my deck that I had would probably not work in whatever the current meta is, would be my guess. Cotton said the live stream is mirrored. It probably is, just because I'm using the camera that faces me. That faces my phone, so that I could probably see it. Sierra, you were getting smoked on Mario Kart 8 earlier. Sometimes you do get first though. Yeah, Mario Kart 8, it's fun, but it is like, if you play that with your friends, you might leave that house with no friends, because Mario Kart 8 is just Mario Kart in general is that competitive. But yeah, it's rough, especially if someone knows what they're doing on Mario Kart. It's crazy. Amrit, I rage quit playing Clash Royale. Yeah, man. Luckily I've never got that far to where I threw my phone or anything playing it, but it can be a very rage inducing game, I would say, just from seeing my friends get extremely mad at it. Sterling, you're studying movie editing, bro. Can I get any chance to assist James? Sterling, I have no idea who that is, so I probably couldn't tell. I probably can't say anything about that. But I mean, it's probably always It's probably possible. I just don't know how in the world you'd go about that. Well, you play just one game for years. It's Rolling Sky. Whoever sees it says you're weird. If you have an iPhone, try out. You're not weird for playing video games. That's rude. That's rude of them to say. Rolling Sky. iPhone. Interesting. We'll look into it. SA, what's up? How we doing? It's an offline game. So, yo, bro, what's up? You subscribe? Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. COD and tennis are beloved sport is also rage-inducing. Yeah, last night when I was playing tennis, I was just I don't know what was wrong with me. It just was not. I did not have a very good outing, so my mind was not having a fun time. But luckily, I'm not one of those people that throw my rackets or anything like that. I would never want to break my racket. I do not believe I will ever get that mad to where I would willingly break one of my own rackets. I prioritize my mental health over one game. I would have been mad still today if I continued. That's fair, dude. Yeah. Can't be destroying your phone over Clash Royale. It's not worth it. So, do I play SAB? I don't know what that is, bro. So I can't really play with you. But yeah. Nope, you're done. You're done, Saw. We don't tolerate that here. Goodbye. Sierra, you also like Splatoon 3? Nice. I haven't really got to play. I haven't really got to play Splatoon that much. The only interaction I've really had with the Splatoon characters is in Super Smash Bros. Yeah. So that's the only time I've really ever got to play Splatoon. I don't think I've ever played the original Splatoon or anything. So, I don't know. I don't think I've got to play that one. Emrit, have a good day, bro. Bye. See you, Emrit. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. See, you are so chill, yes, but why were you mad if you don't mind sharing? I was just starting to get mad because I was not playing to as good as I knew I could. So it was just so more mad at myself being like, why am I making stupid mistakes? It's not anything to where I was yelling or anything. I was just like in my head, I was like, man, that was a terrible shot. And then my friends, they'd look at me after it happened. They were like, that was a terrible shot. And I was like, yeah, I know. And then we'd all just kind of laugh at it with how bad I was being. I get mad at myself for a small second. I'd be like, what is wrong with me? And then I would turn around, go back and play the next point. And I was like, okay, we'll figure it out. We may be just having an off night, but we'll get through it. And then we just have fun. Sierra, yes, Super Smash Bros. Yeah, Sierra. Great game. Been playing it for many years, many different generations of it. I love playing Smash Bros. It's so fun. Yeah. Artful, hello. How are you? Got some French joining the chat. Very cool. Sal, if the moon was made of cheese, would I eat it? No. I would like to not cause tsunamis and everything by getting rid of the moon. So no. Well, in the end, they all know how good you are at it, so it was a day to remember. I mean, it was a day to remember just because we were all having fun. We were all having a good time. I am by no means, I am not the best player in my group, so I am glad for that because that means I am playing against people that will make me better the more and more I play with them. So yeah. They know I can play much better than that. I was just having an off night. We all have them at points, but it's just like, man, when I was going through, I was just like, man, this kind of sucks. But oh well, it happens. That's tennis and that's life. When is the next Matrix movie, Neo? Bro, I don't know. I'm I think I've only seen like the first Matrix, and that was it. Anthony, you're back. He's back again. Karthik, where am I from? I'm from the U.S. Born, raised, and still here. Karthik, what do you mean? How may we address you? My name is Brody, man. That's it. You can talk. You can say my name. You can say my name. You can call me something else. I don't care. Now, if you call me something disrespectful or derogatory, then I'll probably like kick you out. But that's, I would assume you wouldn't do that. See, Billy, what's up? Anthony, you're going now. All right, buddy. Karthik, where am I from? I'm from the U.S., Karthik. Howie, the orange shade's actually dope where you get them. Also, we'll address you as our. I don't think you necessarily need to do that, but. Oh, the state? I'm from Indiana. I'm from Indiana, Karthik. No, it's that weird state you probably didn't think of when I was gonna say one. Howie, I got these glasses actually off of Amazon. The brand is called THL Sleep, and they usually if you type in THL Sleep blue light blocking glasses, they're usually the first thing that comes up. That's where I got them from. Mr. Billy Media, what are we up to? We're all just here hanging out. Usually the main premise for the live is to talk about tennis and tennis gear related things, but usually the tennis talk subsides and we all just kind of like hang out, have fun, just kind of like see what's going on. Kinza, welcome back. How was breakfast? Howie, shout out to Larry Bird. Yep, Larry Bird from Indiana, as well as shout out to Michael Jackson, born and raised in Gary, Indiana, of all places. But Michael Jackson did originally come from Indiana. Crazy that happened. Having fun is most important, and I want friends like yours. Mine the whole time, lazy even to go out. Yeah. Yeah, that's like our one group outing that we all do. So we all enjoy it when we get to play. Karthik, you're from India. Very nice. Why is it SI? I don't know what SI is. Sorry, Nick. I don't smoke. Never have. Don't plan on it. Karthik, similar to India. Hey, Amy, hello. Indiana, yeah, it's similar. I feel like I've definitely like mixed them up and forgot to put on the rest of the word for Indiana, and I accidentally just typed in India one time, and then I was like so confused. But then I realized, oh, I have realized my mistake now. But yeah, it's fun. Cotton, I should have an affiliate link to THL Sleep at this point, Brody. I know, dude. I probably should. I probably should email them and be like, hey, I've sent like four to five people your way that have all bought glasses within like the last 3 weeks. Is there any chance I could get an affiliate link instead of just sending them to Amazon? I have thought about it, Cotton. I feel like it would be nice, but maybe. Keen said it was good. Just thankful for the food. Did I have dinner? Not really. Not really. We were all just kind of like I just kind of like sat around and had a little bit before this. How Michael Jackson from the hood, and that's the scary part. Yeah, Michael Jackson may have presented as loving and everything, but he was from Gary, so he would probably rock your world if he needed to. Anthony, you're back. Anthony, I don't think you're actually leaving. I think you're just staying here, and then you're just saying that you've come back. Because I don't think YouTube would have suggested this stream so many times if you just keep coming back to it. Or like scrolling away. Kinza, what time is it over there? Kinza, it is 11:30 p.m. That is what time we got here. Am I not hungry? Not really. No. Aya, guess your age. Aya, that's a dangerous game you want me to play. Why do you want me to do that? Why do you want me to sound like a guy, sound terrible? Why? Anthony, no. RNG, okay. Emma, hello. How are you? Jaya or Jaya, I'm sorry. We're so blessed to see and hear. Thank. All right. Let's see. Hi is just cackling out there. Cotton, a city named Gary somehow made me laugh. Dude, that's because Gary, Indiana, it doesn't sound like anything bad until you actually look into Gary, Indiana, and you're like, oh, this is an awful place to be. Like, Gary, quite literally, I almost went into Gary, Indiana, because I went up with two of my friends to go up to the Indiana Dunes National Park. We went there right before we turned into the park. There was a sign that said, "Welcome to Gary, Indiana." All three of us looked at each other in the car. Was like, "Do we do it?" We were all just like, "No, we don't feel like getting robbed today." So you tend to stay away from Gary, Indiana, if you can. Emma, cool glasses, thank you. Aya, no, you won't sound terrible, I'm sorry. It's all good, Aya. If you want to share that information, by all means, please go ahead. But if you want me to play that game, that's a little bit more dangerous for me. NPC depends on the joke. I better be appropriate. Ginza, okay, but I wish I would eat something before sleeping. I probably will. We'll see. Emma, that makes sense. Cool. Rick, what's up? How we doing? Cintiani, how we doing? Keenza with the emojis. Very nice. Let's see. Am I excited for the holidays? Somewhat. Thanksgiving, it'll be fun. Christmas, I don't know. At least for me, I celebrate Christmas. I don't know. I have not bought gifts for everyone yet, so no clue. They're they will be fun, but my work is about to get very, very busy for me. It's because it is the holiday season, essentially because I work in retail. But yeah, that's about it. Rick, okay. What's okay, Rick? Karthik, could you please give me some information about refugees in India and situation conditions of ICE raids in my area? I cannot, Karthik, because I know nothing about that. I am not the person to ask. Let's see. Aya, you're 20 because you thought I would say you were 19. I don't know what came to my mind. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything really about you in terms of like where you would be where you might be in life, Aya. So you're 20. That's cool. You're almost 21. Congratulations, I guess. If that's a big deal in Arabian culture, I'm not sure if it is because I've never experienced Arabian culture. But I don't know. Maybe. King, what's up? Michael, if someone had a great badminton joke, would it be considered inappropriate due to the tennis-centric nature of the stream? Not at all. Badminton is allowed to be talked about. We are good. We are good, Michael. Just depends on what it just depends on what you're going to say as the joke. But badminton as a whole, no, not at all. Emma, you send your family a box of candy and call it a day. All right, very nice. Tony, welcome back from from your duty with the plane. What about Good Will Hunting? I've never seen it. I have heard of it, and I think I've maybe seen like one clip of it of Robin Williams going, "He stole my line," because that wasn't scripted because the actor before him did steal his line. But I have not seen Good Will Hunting. Karthik, am I studying or working? I am working, Karthik. I am not in school. I graduated college in 2021 and then never planned on going back. Yes. I said I don't know what came to my mind. As you said, you know nothing about me. Yeah. King, you're a small creator. Nice. So am I. Small creator gang. Oh my, yes. You're an Arab. Yeah. What's significant about the 21st birthday in Arabian culture? King, you'll subscribe. Well, thanks, King. I appreciate it. Helps out. It does help out a lot. Oy. Yeah. Ralph, Greetings from Sweden. Very cool. What is this live stream about? Thank you. Yeah. So, Ralph, typically the point of the live stream is just to talk about tennis gear related questions, whether it be about tennis rackets, shoes, strings, bags, anything like that. I'm here to help out as much as I can. And usually, the reason I do it that way is because that is kind of like what I'm most qualified to talk about after working in a tennis retail store for about the past 8+ years and just like getting certified about tennis rackets and tennis strings. However, at some point in the stream, which we're kind of in that point right now, the tennis talk subsides and we all just kind of like hang out, have fun, talk about whatever. We can always go back to tennis. That's always a big topic to discuss, and that's kind of like the whole point of my channel. But if not, we all just kind of like have fun and do whatever. So if you'd love to stick around, we would love to have you. If not, and you decide to scroll away, I completely get it, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, Rolf or Ralph, whichever one. King, how old am I? I'm 24, King. Vinicius, all the way in Brazil, very cool. Aya, you didn't understand what I said. Okay. So, Aya, when you turn, is there any significance, any big significance in Arabian culture when you turn 21? Because here in America, 21 is when you're legally allowed to drink alcohol. Yeah, you're legally allowed to drink alcohol. I think that's like the big one. 21. What else can you do at 21? I don't know. You can. There's some things that are like kind of locked to you legally until you turn 21 here in the U.S. So I was wondering if there was anything like similar to that in Arabian culture, whether it's like the 21st birthday is very significant for any reason, or like very, very important. Just because I was curious. Sloth, just wanted to say I came across this live randomly. Great personality, bro. You can do this. Be yourself. That's all it's needed. Love from London. You won the Southern UK Champs. Love from London. Well, thank you, Sloth. I appreciate that. I'm glad you found the live, and thank you for the encouraging words. And yeah, congratulations on winning the Southern UK Champs. And thank you for being here. I appreciate it. All the way out from London. That's awesome. Joji, what's up? Are the tennis match in Brazil tournament, international tournament, only just have 5 sports: hockey, soccer, hockey, basketball, baseball, and lacrosse supporting Team USA by the tennis team? What? Joji, I'm kind of confused about what the question is. I don't necessarily know what you're asking me, bud. Sloth, you need the shades where I get them. So Sloth, before you decide whether or not you want to get these are blue light blocking glasses. They're not actually sunglasses. So that's why I'm wearing them right now, just so that way when I'm looking at my phone or if I'm looking at my computer, or especially doing these streams before I pop into that bed right over there, these are designed to help block the blue light, so that way I can actually just like sleep a lot better. So if you want to use them for that, by all means, grab a pair for yourself. I got these off Amazon. The brand is called THL Sleep. If you type in THL Sleep and you go to Amazon and you type in THL Sleep blue light blocking glasses, these should be the very first item that comes up. They come with their own little carrying case. They come with a microfiber cloth to clean them, and then the glasses themselves. For me, they were about like between $40 to $50 USD with tax involved. But yeah, I love these things, and I've had great success with them, and I could feel I've had better sleep with it. Let's see. Joji, you're playing a tournament in Brazil. Nice. Charlie, the dude. This is the dude who wears glasses. Yeah, I do wear glasses. Rebel, what's up? Sloth, nice. They say to put them on 4 hours before bed. Your coach forced me. TAHL. Yeah, man. I personally just wear them like anytime I know I'm going to be looking at my phone or anything for an extremely long period of time, just to kind of help a little bit more. But that's about it. That's about it, dude. Souza, what's up? Jonathan, I still need to see your ceiling fan. No, Jonathan, you will not see the ceiling fan. It's not going to happen. B, brother, awesome glasses. Any tips? No, I'm not the guy to ask for that, bro. You probably should ask someone else. Well, no, it's not the same. They don't care about what age here about drinking. I don't know if there's a legal age for it here because I don't drink. Me and my family, I won't, so I don't know. Nice. I don't drink either, Aya. So I was just curious for in terms of like what in the world you guys over in different cultures do. So I'm just curious because I've never actually been a part of a different culture. Are you hiding your ceiling fan from the basement? Jonathan, it's still up there. It's been there the whole time. There's actually 2 in this room. But no, I'm not hiding anything. Rebel, what's up? How are we doing? I'm doing good. How are you? Anthony, welcome back. Nate, you from Indiana? Yeah, man, I'm from Indiana. Are you from Indiana, Nate? Wait a minute. Hold on. Sloth, it's for your body's melatonin production, blue light F's up. It's also just for like, it's mainly, I've mainly heard of it for being for better sleep, Sloth. That's about it. Sharia, what's up? Welcome back. Genuine, you're still scarred from that night and have to go to therapy. All I see is a scrappy beard and orange glasses and never close my eyes. Yeah, you might. Yeah, hopefully therapy can help you with that, buddy. You might also want to like stop watching the stream because then you're just going to keep seeing the thing that's potentially causing you nightmares, and you don't want to do that. Rebel, we are not talking about the age of consent. We were talking about like when in different cultures or countries when people are allowed to begin like drinking alcohol where it's legal. Joji, tomorrow I'm playing against this kid from Serbia. How are Serbian tennis players? Are they really good? I'm playing this really good Serbian player. He's good. They can. Well, Joji, I think you already know that he's a good player. Sharia, I saw that. I saw it before you got rid of it, Sharia. Jonathan, Roy, what if I donate when you show us the ceiling fan? I really want to see the design of it plus the screws of it. Look at me. No. No, I will not. Even if you donate, Jonathan, I'm not doing it. You probably should have waited before you did the donation, buddy. Sloth. Anyway, love brother. Work the night shifts at 5 a.m. here. See you soon. See you soon, legend. Well, Sloth, thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. Especially all the way from London and after working the night shift. Yeah. Appreciate it, bro. Hopefully I'll see you at another live here at some point. Sharia, legal age of drinking alcohol in India is 18. Interesting. Joji, your mom's from Logansport, Indiana. Very cool. Jonathan, I do like money, but I'm good with showing any more of my room. Sharia, I meant to say your glasses are awesome. Very cool. That's why you deleted it. Nice. Nah. Boy, nah. If it happened, of course it's getting drawn attention to. You just be like, "What did you just do?" And then you just make fun of it. Rebel, 18 years is most. Hold on, what? Let's see. Rebel, 18 years in most places for alcohol, but I think it should be 16. Explain this. How can UK have sex age of consent 16 but not allowed alcohol until you're 18? Government. Interesting. I don't know, dude. Here in the US, at 16 you can drive a car. At 18, at least for guys, you can get drafted into the military and be forced to go fight if say a war was happening and a draft happens. And then at 21, and then at 18 is also the age of consent, and then at 21, then you can legally have a drink of alcohol. So, I don't know, dude. Papa Booey, welcome back. Where'd it go? Like, not even trolling. You're better at everything when you gotta go pee. Interesting. Jonathan, what if you show us your fire detector? Nah, dude. There's not. I don't even think there is one in this room specifically. It's so fun here, but sadly I have to go. Till when will I stay? We'll probably end the stream in the next 10 minutes. Just because in 10 minutes it'll be midnight for me, in my time zone. So then that's probably when I'll end it. Cotton, you mean coming of age, right? The age someone reaches adulthood in a different culture, not about alcohol. Cotton, the original context was about alcohol and everything, but we kind of added both into there. Joji, you knew him from the tournament in Tokyo. He beat me one time. I also almost called Team USA from. Interesting. Emily, hello. How are you? Tony, MJ is legendary. Yes, MJ is legendary, Tony. It's insane how much just like how much of a just like I don't even know what to say. He was legendary. I'll leave it at that. It was amazing how much impact he had. That's what I was trying to say. Sharia, what's the time going on there? Here the time is 10:20 a.m. Let's see. Right now, Sharia, it is 11:51 a.m. No, 11:51 p.m. in the U.S. I don't know why. I said AM because I saw that you had said AM in your comment. That's why it was in my head. But no, it is 11:51 p.m. here in my time zone. Jonathan, you're really addicted to ceiling fans and fire detector. Jonathan, you ever heard of the TV show My Strange Addictions? Did you ever think about applying for that? Log, what's up? How are we doing? Cordis. A lot of people say I look like people from Stray Kids, even though I've never listened to Stray Kids. Menka, hello. 4M, thank you, I appreciate it. Jonathan, yes. Lupita, you're back. Welcome back. Aya, then good night. Have a nice one. It's morning here, and I'll do some studies and stuff. Very nice. Good luck studying, Aya. And yeah, if you think of the songs, just send me the message on Instagram, and we'll talk about it there. Charlie, potentially it is. Carp, thank you for the jewels and the pumpkin. I appreciate it. Joji, next week to play this kid from Creation. Nice. You got Jordan's. Were you confused about the pumpkin? Is that what it was? Jonathan, what if we see your clothes review? What do you mean by my clothes review, Jonathan? What would that even be? Gaming, what's up? How are we doing? Disney is here now. Interesting. Soldier Boy, what's up? Yes, I will find them and send them. Very good, very cool. Jonathan, let's see the coolest outfits. I will not be doing a fashion show tonight, Jonathan, but maybe some other night, but no. Either way, even if I did do a fashion show, you would not be able to see the ceiling, buddy. Joji, your game's in Rio de Janeiro. Oh, that's cool. You're traveling the world to play tennis, Joji. That's cool. Gaming, I better have a Disney Plus subscription. I don't. My parents do, but I don't watch Disney Plus enough to warrant it. Sandra, hello. Ezel, maybe. What the live is about? So the live is typically about me answering any tennis gear related questions, especially about tennis rackets, tennis shoes, tennis strings, or anything like that. That is typically my area of expertise. So that's usually what I focus on the most. And after that, the tennis talk almost always subsides at some point in the night. We all just kind of like hang out and have fun, do whatever. So that's kind of why we're here. Let's see. Jonathan, so I have to pick one. How about $100 for the ceiling fan? Nah, dude. Not now, Jonathan. No. Log, as I suggested, the book's Atomic Habits. It's indeed by far the best book. Quality habits lead to quality life. Indeed, very nice book. Yeah, Log, and that's why I figured if you started with that one, you would probably enjoy it first, just because that way it would be a little bit easier to start implementing some of the other things that you may find in other books. But Atomic Habits typically is a very easy one to get going and everything. Izal, cool, interesting. Yeah, man. If you'd like to stay, by all means, please stay. We'd love to have you. If not, I get it. And if you decide to scroll away, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Sweet. Who won Wimbledon? I think this year it was Yannick Sinner. I think he won Wimbledon, or it was Carlos Alcaraz. I don't remember. I just know those two are the ones are who played Wimbledon. Joji, your term is in Brazil. I have to play in Rio de Janeiro plus Sao Paulo plus Salvador. Interesting. You're going all over, Joji. Jonathan, come on, I'm begging you. Nah, not right now, buddy. Let's see. Justin, talk to you in the next one. Take care. Take care, Justin. Thank you for being here as always. I appreciate it. Let's see. Bodzio, hello. What do I think about the Wilson Blade 98 V9 for a recreational player with a one-handed backhand? This racket wasn't in the video about recommended backhand. It's one-handers, percept, not enough power. Racket is too heavy and the Technofiber finish doesn't suit me at all. The head Extreme Tour is quite good, but the head is very unstable and the colors, well, not at all. Okay, so here's the thing, Bod, and let me get this sweatshirt off because it is becoming way too hot in my room now. But I'm also turning off my space heater. However, I'll be right back. Anyway. Ugh. Cool. All right. Now I'm not sweating. If you thought that the Head Radical MP was too heavy, then the Blade is going to be too heavy for you because the Blade is heavier than the Radical MP is. That's kind of the big thing. And so, if you like the Extreme Tour, it's quite good, but the head is very unstable, and the colors, well, not at all. That's going to be kind of the interesting thing here because the what was it? The Head Extreme Pro, that one is heavier than the Radical is. So if that one worked, but the Radical was too heavy, I'm a little confused as to what felt the most comfortable to you because the blade in itself would be heavier than the Radical and it would be more in line with the weight of the Extreme Pro or the Extreme Tour, whichever one they call it now. Extreme Tour. Now, the thing about the Blade is that it can work very well for a one-handed backhand. I didn't say it just because most of the people that I know that use the one-handed backhand, they weren't necessarily using the Blade. But you can also see players like Stefano Tsitsipas up there using the Blade. He has a one-handed backhand. He's probably like the biggest one with it. So you can make the Blade work. It just depends on what you feel most comfortable swinging around for that time. So, Bodzio, if you have the ability to demo the rackets, I would definitely demo the Blade just to see what you think. The Blade 98 V9. I would also probably try the Blade 100 just because I do have one friend that also has a one-handed backhand and he also does use the Blade 100. Now, he has customized his a little bit, but I think that if you try those two and you've tried the other ones that you've saw in the video or what you've already tried, those may be good. Those two blades may be good to test. So that way you can figure out what will work best for you and see if the Blade even is a good idea for you to look into. That's what I would say, Bodzio. If you have more questions or like want a little bit more of something else to look into, definitely comment below. The stream will be ending here soon at some point, so I would probably try to get it in a little bit sooner rather than later. But yeah, that's what I would probably say to do first. Let's see. Be Love from Camden, New Jersey. Welcome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Relor, what's up, man? What's the stream like? Yeah, pretty big thing is tennis talk, man. And then once the tennis talk subsides, we all just kind of like hang out, have fun, just kind of do whatever. That's pretty much it. No, Moss. If you want it to be quiet, you can probably just turn off YouTube. That will be the most quiet for you. Alcaraz won it this year. Very nice. Yeah, I knew it was one of the two. I just didn't remember who it was. Joji, you're playing this kid from Croatia. He's really good. One time it was in Osaka. He's in the year 2024. I almost lost to him, but I won. Nice, Joji. Who's my favorite tennis player? Fabio Fognini. That's who my favorite is. Tennis talk, Jonathan. Okay. Jonathan, turn on the ceiling fan. If it's not, no. Slick Rick, what's up? How we doing? Oh, Bodsy, no MP Radical Pro. Then okay, gotcha. Yeah. So if that's the case, then yeah, try the Blade 100, and then also if anything, just try the Radical MP because it'll be a little bit lighter compared to most of the other control rackets since it's 11.2 ounces strung, whereas like the Blade is 11.4 ounces strung. Or if you want to use grams, the Blade is 305 grams unstrung and the Radical is 300 grams unstrung. So that way we can actually just like see what you think. If you've liked the T Fights, the Head Extreme Tour, then the Blade weight should be fine, and the Radical MP would just be a little bit more maneuverable since it's a little bit lighter, but it's probably going to be a little bit less stable just because you don't have as much weight to it. But if you can demo, definitely demo. I always recommend demoing as much as you can first. Just make sure you make the correct choice for you, especially if you're going to spend the money on it. Tony, I think maybe I'll get certified too, so I'll contact the Stringers Association. I don't really need it, but it would be cool, especially since I got my USPTA certification. Yeah, because Tony, if you do the test and you have the USPTA, don't you also get like continuing education credits that count towards that by getting the certification? So, if you want to get it, might as well. Money, hello. Excuse me, is this a political channel? Nah, not really, dude. We don't talk politics here. We got people from all over the world, and we all just kind of like hang out, talk about tennis, and then kind of whatever else. But politics, we don't really touch here. You're welcome to stay if you'd like, but we just don't really touch that subject here at all. Joji, that's awesome. You're playing all over the world. So we show my tennis racket. It's not next to me or near me right now. It's not anywhere in me, so I can't really show it off. Let's see. Vaughn, what's up? How are we doing? Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. All the way from Brazil. Clash, bro, your voice is very masculine. Thanks, Clash. I get it. But sure that was autocorrect. Joji, you're trying to go professional, so you have to quit in about 6 months to make your professional tennis debut. Interesting. Let's see, Jake. How do I feel about the Roger Federer drama? I don't know what you're reference to, so I have no idea, man. Javier, what's up? Rick, Las Vegas, very cool. Let's see. Bodzio, thanks, Brody. Greetings from Poland. Poland, that's really cool. Greetings from the U.S., Bodzio. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Joji, like I have this friend, he's from Brazil, but now how to play in 2 weeks. Gotcha. Nice. Cotton, do I stream my racket differently in the winter? I personally don't. I kind of just like stay around the same tension usually. But that's just me. Some people when if they play in the winter and they go indoors, or if they for some reason try and go outside, then they will string it differently, but I predominantly don't. I just mainly like stick with the same tension just because that's what I prefer. I'm already using tighter tension than most people, so when I go indoors, it doesn't really affect me that much. Rick, hello Poland, nice. Let's see. Simmons, what's up, man? Become part of the nightly routine. Do I have indoor courts that I play at in the winter? Yeah, I belong to a tennis club, so I'll play there during the winter, so that way I can still play and do have some way to do these tennis videos, especially if I'm reviewing something or anything. Griffin family, how many push-ups can I do? I don't know the answer to that right away. If I'm doing it to where I'm doing them correctly, then I think I don't know. I don't know the answer. Rick, what's up? Joji, the U.S. under 15 team is. I'm looking for coaches. I'm thinking, Joji, I don't think that's necessarily the best idea, bro. I can help you. I can help you with the gear you're using, but for as an actual playing coach, like in order of generating strategy and actually like getting you to play better, I'm probably not your guy. I am much better at telling you what's going on with your racket and your strings and everything, but you actually playing, especially if you're playing a highly competitive, I'm probably not your guy. That is not necessarily my wheelhouse, bro. Rick, what's up again? Simmons ops in Arizona where no indoor courts, but during winter parks are super packed. Summer is empty, but I still play because I don't mind the heat. Yeah, man. Arizona's brutal with the heat, from what I've heard, especially after like once summer hits and it's 100 and something degrees just in the middle of the day. It can be brutal, from what I've heard from all my friends that live down there. Midlife, congrats on 3K subscribers. Queue up. I mean, I have not crossed that milestone marker yet, but I appreciate it. We'll get there very soon, buddy. But thank you. I do appreciate it. Greg. Yeah. Griffin family, you can do about 20. Very nice. Carvana, your girl is back. Nice. How are we doing, Carvana? Remore, I don't know what that is, so no. Zion, how we doing? I'm doing good. How are you? Let's see. Joji, but my dad, he's the best tennis player. He taught me how to. Well, and Joji, why don't you just keep listening to him? It seems like if he's taught you this far, he can probably keep going for you. Kay, I am not a student or a teacher. I graduated college in 2021, and I do not have any plans to go back. Zion, somehow I can see with your current hairstyle will match an 80s fashion style. Just saying. Interesting. That's an interesting observation there, Zion. It might. I don't know. But this is not usually my hairstyle. I usually don't let it get this long. I just haven't been to my stylist recently. but who knows? I might schedule an appointment here soon. We'll see. Okay, I look like a teacher. Yeah. Not, but I'm not though. Log signal is stable. I see people. Okay. I said around 12, Baba. Joji, I'm trying to get the glass you told me. I had to go to Amazon, so I'm looking for the glass. I found them when I put they were coming to my hotel in about 3 days. Nice. Ketchin, I don't think my opinion on that necessarily matters. I feel like you already know your answer. God, have I watched Whiplash? I have not. I know about Whiplash, but I've not watched it. Zion, yeah, I watched some of your videos with different hairstyles. Somehow gives a different impression. Yeah, man. Like, one of the very first videos I ever did, like the very first few videos on my channel, where my hair is much longer than this, and I sound absolutely just stupid talking. Those are crazy. Then I got short hair. Now I have this hair. It's crazy, man. Let's see. All right. So it is 12:13 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is my time zone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to Tony's comment down the bottom of the comments, and then I'm going to end the stream because I've been here for about little over 3 hours, and I would like to go to bed. So I'll finish these, and then we'll head out for the day. K, you're messaging from the world's second highest elevated Mount K2 base camp. Very cool. That's awesome, K. Cool. Oh, interesting. Well, I got the THL sleep shades coming tomorrow. They should sponsor you. I know, man. I've recommended them, and I think like 5 people that have watched the streams have decided to get them. So I don't know. Maybe I should reach out. You guys all just need to like send me proof of your orders from them, and so that way that way I can just be like, hey, I have proof. I sent all these people to your company. Please give me an affiliate link or a sponsorship or something. CRA, I do not know about that. After, there you go. Zion, anyways, gotta go now. Good day, peeps. W Brody. Thanks, Zion. Wow, you're guessing 43. Interesting. All right, that one was crazy. Tony, the 2 most popular people were both MJs. Yeah. Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan. Pretty impressive, Tony. All right. Margaret, hello. Joey, how many tennis do you think they're really good? Like, I'm looking at a tennis thing at a tennis racket that will really hit hard, that goes straight through over the line. What? Joji, with tennis coaches, if you're already competing, I would probably just look at the coach. I would probably just look at the coaches that you are already like used to or around you, and just try and go from there. That would be my guess. Okay, your day starts here at 6:01 a.m. with freezing cold. Ew, yeah, I bet it does on top of a mountain. Okay. Hopefully you get up to the summit soon though, and then you can come back down. Chef, what's up? Thank you for the jewels. I appreciate it. Mario, you have a math test tomorrow and you think you might be cooked. Good luck. That's all I can say. Chef, what are we doing here? Well, Chef, we're about to end the stream actually, just because I've been here for about a little over 3 hours. So we're about to end it, but typically the stream, we talk about tennis, especially tennis gear, tennis rackets, strings, shoes, or anything like that. And then after that, we all just kind of like hang out because the tennis talk almost always subsides at some point. And we just kind of hang out, have fun, do whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much what we do here. If you love, we would love to have you the next time we do another stream, which will be again tomorrow because I'll be live streaming for at least half an hour, half an hour each day for the rest of the year. That is my goal, my commitment to myself that I will keep. If you would like to come back, we'd love to have you. But if not, I get it. I completely do. All right, cool. Margaret, that's not good that you got in trouble in science. That's not good. Choji, you have to play Alcatraz in 6 months. Good luck, buddy. You're gonna need it if you're playing them. I live on a rent room. I don't necessarily know what that means, Kay. Chef, y'all seem chill, so I'll subscribe. Thanks, Chef. I appreciate that. I really do. It means a lot, and it really does help me out. All right, all. I made it to the bottom of chat. So with that being said, we're gonna end the stream right here. Thank you all so much for being here. I do greatly appreciate it. It means a lot to me. It really does. And so, with that being said, I'm gonna end it here. I hope everyone has a great night or a great day, depending on where you're at in the world. But for me, I'm probably gonna go jump in that bed and fall asleep. So, that being said, as always, take care.